Time's up. Have your own.
Here it comes.
Howdy, all. Welcome back to Anime Odyssey. We're back on our original Night Nerd Derby.
Yep.
We're
back on Thursday.
Yeah, it feels good instead of trying to crunch it in on Sunday.
Oh, it feels really freaking good.
It feels
right
nice.
now.
Like, it's nice, relaxing. And you know what? I'm happy to talk about anime after spending the day dealing with Starfleet Academy. I'm happy to talk anime tonight. It'll be nice. I've been watching anime. I'm ready to talk anime.
I started watching a new anime for this
this season or last season?
This season. Actually, two new anime for this season.
Oh yeah? Which start?
One of them is I can't remember the name of either of them, but one of them is essentially like a Exorcist, like a newer Exorcist thing.
I think I know which one you're talking about. I had the list up a minute ago because I was checking something for.
But it's all social media based.
I was checking. Ooh, that's bright. Hang on, lower the.
So I started watching that, and then there was another one here. Let me open up my Crunchyroll.
Yeah, I mean, I of course will not start for another 2 months until the winter season's over, and I'm surprised when I did my check. There were more on here than I thought I was going to be watching. Is it? Let me go down here. Is it Dead Account?
Yes, Dead Account. Dead
Yeah.
Account. I started watching that last night. That one actually There's only one episode dubbed right now. That one was pretty damn good.
It looks interesting. That's on my watch list. Dead account. Yeah.
And then the other one that I started watching, new anime current season, Jack of All Trades, Party of None.
Yeah, I'm interested in that one too. That's on my list too. That is totally on my list. Anything that says action fantasy, I'm all over.
Oh, it's a nice little. There's some nice.
There's some good looking new material here.
It is
good looking new shows this season, more than I thought originally. Because a couple months ago when I checked, I wasn't liking the look, but then there's more here, and a couple things that be extra. One of my favorites that I watched a few years ago, the Love Is War series, just good comedy. It's got an extra 2 episodes to wrap up some future arc stuff, so I'm gonna watch. That one's already done. I could watch it anytime I wanted. That was fun. I got my Gooner show, Chain Soldier season 2. That's total Gooner, but I love it. Hey, I bid it. Am I gonna lie? No.
I approve of it. By the way, there's another one that I'm gonna see if it gets a dub, but Uda Fireslayer, The Legend of Phoenix, that looks.
I don't see that.
It looks like classic Japanese.
I don't think I saw that one. Or if maybe I'm looking at it wrong. Anyway, he has good stuff here. I'm excited. I always love the end of a season because then my season begins, and I get upwards between at least 12 and 20 shows lately, and it's really good.
Oh, I also started watching Let This Grieving Soul Retire.
That one, I like it, but I wish the concept was slightly different. I've seen both seasons. I've watched both seasons. How far are you on season 1?
Only episode 6. The thing
all right, then I can say what I'm going to say because you'll understand what I'm saying. I wish the main protagonist, the leader of the guild, I wish he was really that smart and it was all planned, but he's not. It's all random.
I kind of wish that too. Like he is.
It would make it better.
They show him being highly intelligent, but I also wish they show him like everybody, like all of his super strong friends, they acknowledge that he's super strong, but he's just not the one that notices what his actual potential is, and see it.
Here's the thing. Combine that with our recent watching of Code Geass, and I wish he was a Lelouch character who had no strength whatsoever but his brain. And he literally just would plan it all out. And what it did is it helped me create a new character or recreate a character for a story that I'm going to write down the line. It was just inspiration for me thinking, wait a minute, I can do that myself. I really really wish it was like that. Because when it's season 2, it's even more apparent that what he is just super fucking lucky. What he is. But it's fun. It's a good little show. It's a good little show. It's not great, but it's good. And
I was gonna just watch 1 episode last night, and the next thing I know, I had to watch 6.
Yeah. See, I started this is from one from a few years ago. I was telling you about this in DMs that slipped by me. Undead Unluck. I don't know how this slipped by me. I'm enjoying the hell out of season 1. I started watching it a couple of days ago. Thought to myself, oh, you know what? I'll take it easy, spread it out. Last me a week. I'm already on episode 16 tonight out of 24. I hate it when that happens. I'm going to take it easy, take it slow. When I have nothing else to do, or yesterday when I was just awake when I shouldn't be, because it was. But I was enjoying the hell out of it only because I noticed there's something. It's not a second season, but it's just a mini called the Winter Arc, and now I understand what that means at this point because there hasn't been an official season 2, but they are continuing it, and I'm just enjoying the hell out of it. It's a lot of fun. So you find these shows you either miss or get into. It's like, wow, this is great. This is great.
And then the next thing you know, hours have slipped by because you just can't put it down.
Yeah, so you think, oh, I'm going to go to bed at the normal time tonight. No. I'm just going to watch this to calm down. No. And I mean, I had some really good from this last season. I mean, this last season, as I wrap it up right now, I had several really good surprise hits. Some were average slop. We already talked about Gachai Kuta. We talked about that last month because I had caught up on that one. I still haven't watched the end of My Hero Academia because they're not animating the epilogue until the spring.
Why?
I don't know. So I have to wait. Why am I going to watch it when they're not going to show the 8-year later epilogue?
I've read the 8-year later epilogue. That is a good epilogue.
But they waited. I don't know why they waited. So
that is one of those epilogues where it's like you really should just view it because even though yes, I spoiled myself, primarily because silver, but that's besides the point.
Never trust a junkie.
Never trust
Never
a
trust a
junkie.
junkie.
But I read it, and it's like, this is such a good way to end this.
Mm-hmm. So I have to wait. My Academia was going to be my final, the crown jewel of the season for me. Now I got to wait. I refuse to watch it and then wait. I refuse because I don't want to read it. I want to watch it.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. I want My Hero to be over for one main reason. Turns out that's the studio that made Godzilla Singular Point, and I've been waiting for season 2 now since 2021.
Well, I guess they will. But we'll get that in a second, guys. We're gonna do Godzilla. We got some real news talk, and then we're gonna do our One Piece roundup, which is actually pretty light because Oda Sensei did a lot of breaks this past month.
I think a lot of it also had to do with the holidays, but you got a lot of like.
Well, there was some stuff in there, but it's just a little. It's a little because now we'll be back in the present. We're back in the present.
I'm saving this for tomorrow night, but we can also bring it up tonight. I have another topic.
Okay.
That is animated related.
Well, we might as well do it tonight because no one else is going to care tomorrow night except us.
I think some of them would care.
Anyway, as we finish up here, just going over this season, surprise hits for me was real surprise hit. My gift level 9999 unlimited gacha backstabbed in backorder dungeon. I'm out for revenge. I thought that was one of those too goofy ones because it's too big a title. Oh boy, I loved that one. That was a lot of fun because. I think you hate the trope as much as I do. Revenge is not the way. I hate that trope. Yeah. Oh no, revenge is the way in this one.
Ooh.
It's glorious. It's glorious. And another one that I didn't think I was going to watch that I just watched. Two more actually. Two ones that were really good surprises. I already told you about Togenaki. That was wow. That you're already watching that one, or did you finish it?
Togenaki. I need to finish it. I took a little break because I was doing the thing of I'm watching it after stream. Next thing I know, it's like 3 a.m. and I have to be at work.
That's fair.
In 5
that
hours.
one blew me away. I did not expect that one to be so badass.
Good thick.
And then the Banished Court Magician aims to become strongest. That one turned out to be really good. Good characters in that one. And then a real surprise sleeper for me. Past the Monster Meet Milady. That turned out I thought that was going to be a nice little simple little fantasy romance type stuff. No, it's got some great character work in it and a really solid story, and I'm looking forward to more of it. So that was those were three of my real surprises amidst the rest of the semi-okay to slop that I ended up watching.
I'm just looking forward to Hell's Paradise season 2 to finally be over because I'm gonna enjoy that one. I don't want to watch that one weekly. I want to just dive back into that one. And what I'm really looking forward to being over is 2 anime in particular, Jujutsu Kaisen and fucking Frieren.
Welcome to the camp I live in. Welcome.
Listen, don't get me wrong, I love Jujutsu Kaisen. It is a fun anime. I do enjoy it a lot. I'm tired of people jizzing themselves over it. Is one of my big problems over it.
I saw a meme, and you're gonna agree with this. I saw a meme this week where the character they're all saying the character of Maki is written better than every single one of One Piece's females, and I just said, "Shut up."
I don't hate the anime by far. I do. It is.
I tapped out after season 1.
I really like it a lot. I took me a while to get into watch season 2 and sit down and watch it. And I don't like how they went about doing it. But once you get into that, the second part of season 2, it's like, well,
here's the thing.
Good.
I watched season 1. I was like, okay, it was all right. I didn't really get into it. I kind of enjoyed it. And it took off. It got hot for everybody. And then with the latest season 2 and starting to hear about stuff, I started keeping track of what was going on as the manga was ending. I started keeping track. And the way they drew out the final battle was disgusting to me. We're talking Dragon Ball level, but without the satisfaction of Toriyama Sensei.
I'm willing to bet that was going to happen because what the fuck? And then I don't want people jizzing over Frieren anymore.
Okay, I want to hear it. I was right. What did I say last time?
It's just okay, and I'm already.
What did I say last time? What did I say last year? It's not a bad anime. It's an average anime that people are putting on a pedestal doesn't deserve yet.
there's some really great writing in it. It's fantastic character developments. Some moments where you're like, yeah, that's really cool. How does this shit end? Oh, I could probably figure out how this shit's gonna end.
Jeremy, the adventure already ended. This is the adventure after the end of the adventure.
Bro, in season 1, they're basically hinting that the Demon King's coming back. You're gonna have fucking Frieren Sopranos. By the way, if this happens in the manga, because apparently the manga's done, I have no fucking idea. I'm literally just.
I thought it was light novel. I thought it was a light novel, not a manga.
I think it's a light. One or the other. Either
Yeah.
way, I've heard that it's done. I don't know if it is, but I'm willing to bet you $500 what's gonna happen. Okay, at the end, Demon King's back. Frieren, Fern, and what's his name, and probably one other person. They're gonna go take down the Demon King again. And you know what's going to end up happening? It's gonna be Fern that beats the Demon King this time, not Frieren. Because they're already showing that she's stronger than even the other person.
I don't know. Listen, I personally am. I'm consistent. I said people were slobbering too hard on this anime in season 1, and I objectively, it's well animated. The characters are solid. They've weaved an interesting enough story of people and connections, but this love for Frieren herself is a very uninteresting character. She's not that interesting. She's very average. But people want to. Here's the thing: people and a lot of casuals like the whole idea of never trust a demon. Demons always lie, and twisting it to their political narratives. And that's really annoying. Because honestly, yeah, demons are usually bad, but I much prefer it when demons have a more depth to them than just bad guy.
I like just animalistic bad guy version of demons that you get in this one, but I also like the Diablos of the world.
It's just not as creative as I think everybody's pretending it is. And so
it's just I'm not saying this to put this on a Tolkien, like to put it on Tolkien's level. It's just like an okay Lord of the Rings style anime where I'm not also like putting it up there. I'm like, you have a lot of that writing style. You have a lot of the fanciness, the very flourishing styles and everything. These long drawn out shots. It's good. I like it. It's not up there.
It hasn't. They said it season 1. I honestly, I think I pruned my feeds enough so I'm not hearing a lot about it right now. But during season 1, I was, it's better than Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I just say, no,
it's not.
You're not allowed to have that conversation until it's over.
We had this conversation with Attack on Titan. It blew up in all of our faces. We're never going to have this conversation again.
Well, I mean, it did blow up in our face because you and I read the manga, and I had tapped out in the final arc of the manga, realizing where it was going, and I said, this is not going to end well. I am unhappy. And what happened?
And if you are at least, you have a good ending, if things go well, we can have that discussion. But right now we can't. We can't.
You could. This is why. Now this is going to come into play when we talk about the piracy stuff. An anime for me has to stick the landing before it goes on the shelf, which is why I usually don't purchase anything until it's a complete collection, or at least every volume is out for purchasing, and then I'll look for the deals and stuff like that. It's got to stick the landing. It's got to.
I'm going to be honest here. On this notion of things need to stick the landing, I don't know if Black Clover has finally ended. There might be 3 more chapters left. We will see when the next batch drops.
You a little worried?
I'm not really that satisfied. I'm kind of feeling like they need another arc because I'm really not.
Well, I'm going to have to wait and see. They still haven't announced the season 2 premiere date, which I'm surprised after the whole reveal a couple months ago. Because I want to do my rewatch, so I want to time it so that I'm really ready to go.
What I will say is more than likely, by the way, shout out Alpha Megan and everybody in chat. Sorry if we're not reacting.
We dove right in. We dove right into this conversation.
What I'll say is I might be more satisfied with Black Clover when I see it animated, but right now I'm.
See, I love manga because it's the story, but there's something about something being animated that it really takes it to the next level, especially when you have soundtrack and everything like that to go with it.
And the
No.
final few chapters, there's like a lot of those high speed battles going on where this is gonna look fantastic.
Oh, and we've seen in the animation for Black Clover, they can dial it up for the high speed battles. It looks
these are gonna
fantastic.
look beautiful animated.
Yeah.
Right now, it doesn't look so beautiful, and they kind of had a
It's-
cop out moment towards the end that I'm not the most thrilled
Sometimes.
on.
I mean, here's the thing. I want things to be good, and I want to enjoy them. And when something doesn't end well, it's disappointing because then it's like, why am I going to go back and rewatch this again? Because I usually don't rewatch something unless it's over or unless it kind of feels like they're never going to go back to it again, and then I'll go the manga. Like, perfect example. Did you ever watch the anime, read the manga of oh shit, I just forgot the title of it. It's a romance comedy. It's a rom-com where two protagonists are a son and a daughter of rival Yakuza clans, and they get you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. I suddenly can't remember the title.
Is
right
this
now.
the Twin Star Exorcists?
No. That's different. No, now Twin Star Exorcist, that's a whole nother story of the first half of the anime was accurate, and then because the manga has been taking so long, they rode off into nonsense land to conclude it. Well, they didn't even get to the time skip. There was a whole time skip in that one. Now, I love the Twin Star. That's where watch the first half of the anime and then go read the manga, which I started doing. But then the chapters got so spread apart that I stopped. I'll have to go back, and I don't even know if it might be done. It might be done. If it's done, I'll definitely go back because there's a lot of crazy shit in that one.
I do think the manga's done.
It is done because it was really far up there.
I think so.
By the time
it was being put on Shonen Jump, so
okay, because it was really far up there, but there was so much shit going on. And the delays for the releases became crazy because it became quarterly. It was basically it was something. There were 60, 70 page chapters when they were being dropped, which is fun when you sit down and get around to reading it. But I kind of couldn't keep up with it anymore. But that one is a perfect example of where don't watch the anime, read the manga. Definitely. Same with Claymore. We've always talked repeatedly. Watch the first half of Claymore right up until the Winter War, and then you have to read the manga because the anime went off the cliff into fiction, into pure fan fiction. It wasn't real anymore.
It does look like Twin Star Exorcist is done with 134 chapters.
Okay, that's gotta at some point, no one's good. You know what I'll probably do when I'm on the road in May for Day of Doom. I think I'll save that for a mail. Just something to read, while on the plane or something.
That's fair.
Something to read. Because there's no nudity in that one, so no one will look weird at me if I get a page with like boobies on it or something. Anyway, because I technically have a spare laptop sitting around, so I'll be bringing a computer with me on that day. And I'm trying to think of what that previous anime I was talking about. These two kids get forced into an arranged marriage, but they hate each other. Of course, they eventually like each other, but that whole thing, only 2 seasons, and then they put the kibosh on it. But the manga kept going. So that's one of the things, like, I'll watch it and go, damn it, now I got to go back and read the rest of the manga to finish it. Because it's really funny. It's it's a really funny one. But there's a lot of examples like that you only get so much. But these days, things get finished these days, though, for the most part. Like, mainstream stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, next season alone, we've got... And it's going to be a double. It's going from spring to summer, so I have to wait to watch season 4 of Reincarnated as a Slime because that's going to be a full 24 episode one. So I'm going to have one. Well, the angels are coming. So got that. Then there's also ReZero season 4. They got to that one fast this time. We just had season 3 last year. They got to that one fast. So there's some good stuff that's out there, but I really hope those stick the landing because I really enjoy them and I want them to be well, but I'm not going to put money into them until I know they're good. Then you go on the shelf. Then I own it physically.
I agree.
And I keep it because I've been disappointed too many times over my life.
Listen, I will always have my Chrono Crusade light novel. I'll never touch the anime.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never fucking touch it. And no matter how long I live, I'll never touch it.
Yeah. There is a list of things to say manga only, not anime. We just said it. Claymore, Even one of my favorites, Food Wars, they botch it in the final moments of the final episode because they didn't do the time skip that the manga does. There's a couple years time skip where everybody drastically changed. There's a lot of costume changes, visual changes, longer hair, bigger boobs, stuff like that. And they didn't account for time skip. But it's funny. They didn't count the time skip, but then they show the final thank you for watching is the final panel from the manga, which shows the time skip. Now, I still love Food Wars. I love Food Wars to death. It's a lot of fun, and the food always looks delicious. And as a chef, sometimes I do play with some of the recipes that they show in there. I take a little thing here and there, and I'll play around with an idea that I get from there. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. All right, we've rambled on random anime stuff for 26 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah, for just about half an hour, which is fine. People are here to listen to us talk anime.
Yeah.
So hail to the chat. Hail to the chat. We're sorry we were kind of just diving right in, but you're here for that. That's what you're here for. Anime talk, weeb talk. Anyway, what do we got tonight? We're going to go into Godzilla Singular Point, Season 1. Apparently, I've been informed. I didn't know Season 2 hadn't even come out yet. I was going to ask you about that, but apparently not. We'll dive into that. And then Dury picked up a story title an article title that I had seen going around. I didn't know you wanted to talk about it, but we'll talk about how much anime piracy in Japan is costing it. We know my stance is on this kind of thing, so it should be interesting.
I think we can have a good conversation about it because piracy is bad, but at the same time,
I mean, it's
science.
It's yeah, and at the same time, if it's good, then I will spend my money on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. If when it all comes out, here's a perfect example. I've been waiting for it because I don't want to buy it at once. I would have to buy. I will buy. I'm waiting for because they can finish it. I'm waiting for Inuyasha complete series on Blu-ray. They finished releasing the remastered Blu-ray a year ago. They finished it. They haven't released a box set. I want a box set.
I still want to get listen. I love Demon Slayer. I haven't bought any of the manga yet. I've read all the manga.
Well, you know how it finishes. I want that whole thing.
They have I think it's $600 last I saw it. A beautiful box set of the entire Demon Slayer manga. Yeah. I fucking want it. It is so gorgeous.
I mean, I want that. I want all of Sword Art Online, but there's a localization problem with Sword Art Online. It's not really there for all of it. It doesn't exist. Sometimes some things don't exist. They never localized it, or they just didn't bother. It's just not there sometimes.
It's also like with I just had the Excel World. Love Excel World. Fucking fantastic. Only way to get a hold of that is the manga or light novel. Also,
you can't get what was it? Shit. It was in the intro. Just similar to the other online game. Log Horizon. Log Horizon doesn't exist for physical media. Every time I look, I never find it. It doesn't exist.
Because it ends up stopping.
Yeah, because they stopped. The content's over. Destruction of the Round Table. That was apparently that was the last content they had to work with. It's not there, and I love that. I really love that one. Makes me want to go play MMOs every time I watch it.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, so there's some things that only exist. I think in the end, it's always better because if it's good, you'll go get it. I mean, right now, Fire Force Season 3 Part 2 has started. And that's the end, from what I understand. It is the end. If it sticks to landing, I want it all. I love Fire Force. Same. I love it. I want them to redo Soul Eater. Give us the real ending, not the butchered ending. The end. See, there it is right there. If I hadn't watched it on the anime, I would, and then went to the manga, I wouldn't know they butchered the ending. I would have wasted my money.
I want, for the life of me, to see, and I can never, Chroma.
What?
The black blood dude.
Huh?
Chroma from Soul Eater. Chroma.
Oh, I don't remember the name. It's been a long time.
But the black blood dude in the manga, he physically goes to the moon and forces open its mouth. I want to see that shit.
Yeah, so there's an example. If you don't, because and also, yeah, Crunchyroll exists now, but it's still the devil. It's still the devil.
I only subscribe to it because I like to watch anime on my TV in my bed. It's on the other side of the room, and I'm lazy.
See, I watch all my
That's
anime
the
on my
only reason.
computer. I watch everything on my computer.
I like to be in that really comfy mode, you know?
If I wanted to, I could plug it on a flash drive and plug it into the PS5 if I wanted to. But that's an extra step that's too tedious. I'm fine on the computer.
I can watch, like, I have my laptop, I can hook it all up, but at the same time, it's like, but it's just there.
Yeah.
And I feel bad.
So I think the chat is understanding what we're saying here. Sometimes, and I guess it's a tease for the conversation. So we teased too much on this one. We went too far.
We went way too far.
It was a tease. Then of course we'll talk One Piece. We'll round up as we do every month now. We'll round up. Only 3 chapters. It wasn't a lot.
We are starting to get some more movement on the live action Gundam.
I saw that. And they're reminding everybody, hey everybody, Sydney Sweeney's tits are in it.
Sydney Sweeney's tits, and apparently they casted somebody else, and I don't know even who. Noah Centoro.
I don't.
Centino.
I don't know. Don't ask.
I have no idea who this is.
I don't know who anybody is. I'm an old man.
Star of Sweet Tooth.
The kid. I didn't watch that.
Neither did I. It looked weird. And star with Sweet Tooth director.
Oh, okay.
Jim Mickle.
Okay. All right. Let's talk the main topic here, because we know what happens. If we don't talk the main topic first, we don't get
we'll keep side tangent.
We'll keep tangenting. So hello all to the chat. We see the hellos. We're happy to have you guys here. Hit those like buttons, subscribe, leave comments, keep chatting away. We love when you guys talk to each other. We don't always read it because it's a lot of discussion based, but we do see it. We appreciate everybody's support. Let's get to it.
And engagement always helps. Like, share, subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, especially because there's a lot of people that still fail to realize that if you just click on a video and leave an angry comment, that still helps.
Like button goes a long way. It's a simple thing. Boop, boop, and you're good. It's good. It's simple. If you're having a good time, we only ask you to do it if you're having a good time. If you're enjoying yourself, we don't want the blind like. We want the engagement. We want that you're here. You're having.
Listen, he's saying he doesn't want a blind like. Give me a blind like. I'll accept them all. I'm a slut. I'm a whore. Just give it to me.
Oh, Weasel's watching. That's gonna get clipped. Anyway, all right. So, Dermy, this was your choice this month, or it was what I chose from the game, as we want to play. Because I kind of guessed what the other two were going to be, and I thought, you know what, I'll go with this one.
I remember what one of the other two was, and I forgot what the third one was.
All I know is that something sounded like this one. It sounded like out of this one, we at least get an interesting conversation. And I think we will have an interesting conversation of Godzilla Singular Point Season 1. Now, before I turn it over to you, let's just remind everybody we are both very large Godzilla fans here.
Yes,
I'm a Showa era guy. Dermy's more of a Seihei millennial era guy because that's when he was born. We were each locked into our era, but we still like it all in general. And I love Godzilla. I grew up on it, so it's very easy to watch this for us. And I'm watching this and I'm picking out all the Easter eggs of where things are coming from and this and that. They even had a tiny Mothra reference in this.
Oh, I love the Mothra.
I thought the moths would become Mothra and fight or something, but no, it just ran away.
I love the Mothra reference so much. It's such a great scene as well.
Yeah. So there was the Mothra reference. So there are a lot of references there, and even some things I don't know. I mean, some things I think were made up for the show, but they were still.
And they merged a few things here and there.
Yeah.
So,
but all right. So, Dermy, you chose this one. Why did you choose this one for me?
To be honest, the reason I chose this one was because one, I thought we could have a fun conversation about it, not just because it's Godzilla, but it's a unique kind of a twist on Godzilla, where it's instead of being focused on like giant kaiju, there's a lot of science mixed in with it, and it's a bunch of
wonky ass science.
Bunch of theoretical quantum physics and shit like that hurts your head.
If I had convinced Jed to watch or something, as Jed, who's a more hard science guy than either of us, he'd probably going, I feel like a lot of this is on the edge of real to fake.
Yeah, I think it's a mixture, and that's where this is one of the things I do like about some sci-fi stuff like this, because I view this more sci-fi than kaiju.
Yes.
when you delve into theoretical, you do get to have a little bit more fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
You can have like the whole, hey, it's a little bit more unique. We can do the science. We can make it sound real, even if it's total bullshit, because we know damn well none of you guys are going to look into quantum physics.
And you know my stance. If you're going to do time travel, do it right. And I think they go the idea of quantum physics time travel with this one rather than sort of fantastic time travel. And I don't like it.
I'm not too fond of it either,
like
but
how
I
they do
don't
time travel.
hate it.
It's just I don't like the idea of predicting things the way they do it. And I know because they were supposed to do a season 2, they didn't answer a few things. Answer all your initial questions before you set up new ones. And this season does fail to answer every initial question.
There's a lot of questions that I still have of what the fuck's going on over here and who's who.
Yeah, and because at the again, veterans of the show know we're going to skip around as we talk about this. We're not going to go in chronological order here because the dude who walks up as they're constructing Mechagodzilla, that's the original dude, isn't it?
Yep,
that's him.
Yeah, and he's supposed to be 100-some years old.
Yet he was trapped in time when the annoying little dog AI, or is that just a him in that moment?
I think that's just a him in that moment.
Okay.
So I think there's that weird little moment where you hear the sneeze and then it's like, oh, I guess nobody's there. So how is that all playing out? And there's weird little things like that. How does that all work? Because also he's supposed to be an digital AI.
Immortal? Is that what happened?
I don't know. We still don't even know what the red dust technically is.
And I got to tell you, the red dust annoys. I know it's the foundation of the artificial element, whatever they called it.
The artifact.
The
archetype.
Archetype. Thank you. Archetype.
It's archetype makes archetypes.
Yeah. See, I don't like the red dust. Also, you know why I don't like the red dust from a practical standpoint? A lot of times it's obfuscating what's going on. It's really annoying. I want to see my kaiju. I'm here to see kaiju, and when he's in his final form, you're blocking Godzilla for most of the show.
It is hard to see it, but they also wanted to mix in references to like Shin Godzilla because there is a lot of Shin Godzilla references mixed in it with this.
I recognize that even though I haven't seen Shin Godzilla, I recognized it, like especially the way his mouth opens and he does the radioactive fire,
and then also the transformation and like the larva,
the evolving. I did not like the evolving.
The evolving has grown on me. It is not my favorite form of Godzilla. I will be firmly like.
Here's the thing.
Here,
when he first shows up chasing the Mandao or whatever the sea serpent kaiju were, I thought
Mara,
whatever the names. I'm not familiar with that name. So when he showed up, I thought, what's this thing chasing them? That can't be Godzilla. It's red. And then it changed shape. And then it encased itself, and then it changed shape again. I'm like, and then they called it Godzilla, and I thought, oh, it's going to be evolving until it looks like something that I recognize. Because what I thought was the bones at the bottom of the mansion, I thought they were going to reanimate when I first started watching. I was like, oh, there's Godzilla's bones. He's going to reanimate and start fighting kaiju. Dermy, I didn't get any kaiju battles in this, except for half a second. You got Jet Jaguar fighting some shit. That's robot versus kaiju. That's mecha versus kaiju. You got Godzilla blasting a weird larger Rodan in the middle of a dust storm at one point, and you got everybody else. You got a lot of humans fighting off of kaiju. Godzilla didn't really fight kaiju, and
that's fair.
As a Showa era guy, I need that.
I kind of agree as well because it would have been nice because you get Godzilla like kaiju battle ways. You get both you get him battling the Rodan for one quick shot and then the giant Mata.
But he aces that Rodan with one blast of fire. He just boom, gone.
But I also think they're trying to play into like this is the final boss. Nothing else that you guys have been seeing is going to even amount to this thing. If you remember, like they were setting it up, and the other part about this I like is how they weave in all sorts of different mythologies, both
Mhm.
Hindu and also some. They have a
They
reference
go
to
around the world on
biblical.
this one. They go
They go
around the world.
around the world. They play
Yep.
around with all of it, and they go like, "Hey, even in Revelations, the sea will turn blood red, and the giant dragon will come up, and it will be the end of all time." So they're trying to establish him as being, the destroyer, the ultimate
Mhm.
climactic force.
And so I have by opening statements I stated what my preference for Godzilla is, and this isn't bad, but it's not to my taste.
And that's fair.
It just isn't to my taste, and not to mention, and I'm sure we'll get into the story as we go along here because now we're talking about the characters. I don't really like any of the human characters at all. They're all either meh or annoying, and partially also this. All right, physicist chick girl, the girl with the glasses
Mhm.
and the top knot. Her design alone left me unseated because I hate it when, and as two individuals who wear glasses, I hate it that her glasses are like this the whole time. It's visually unsettling to me to have your glasses not on, and it just bothered me the entire season.
I would say she should have been putting the glasses up more and more when, especially in the more professional settings. In the early stages, I don't mind it because they're trying to show she's disheveled and she's
At her
working a
initial
fuck
thing,
ton.
yes, but then I realized, oh, she's not going to go like this and get serious. Even though she gets serious, she's just going to have them be half like this while everybody else with glasses is wearing glasses normally. I don't like the half eyes over the glasses when they're full glasses. It's something about it bothers me visually. It's a personal thing because it just visually distracts me. Also, I found her annoying. I
liked her. I like her a lot.
And her,
even though she's a good character, even though when you're with her, you're dealing with some of the hardcore science shit.
But she's so oblivious to things most of the time. It bothered me. And when I say that, I mean she at certain when the shit's going down. Also, can I just get a look at my apartment in the beginning? I was like, what are you doing? You just want a camera to look at your apartment? Serious shit's going down. React to that, please. Don't just be reacting. Oh, my apartment's in trouble. No,
I think part of it is also supposed to be like she's a part of the main plot, but she's like there's two plots going on all at once, so she's not supposed to be there. Like she ends up going all over the world where our other team is always set in Japan. So I think that's part of the reason why she's more oblivious to everything that's going on.
And because of that, there are times when her and the white-haired glasses dude are texting, but it doesn't make sense because I understand that the show is doing it on purpose because of time and when things are happening, and they're texting in moments when they're both running for their lives or doing serious shit that they're not texting. And
they're texting when one of them's battling the crab creature things, and the other one is just sitting down, go like.
So did it happen later? I mean, this show takes time, not for granted, but as a plaything.
I would say it's more of a plaything.
Yeah,
where they should have thought that stuff through a little bit more on when you're responding to and everything versus when, and also they don't really deal with time actual time zones because if you're in Japan,
I mean, it's
DMing somebody in England, your time's gonna be really fucked up.
That's an 8 to 10 hour difference right there. That's an 8 to 10 hour difference. So they don't take into time's account. And leading to that part, there were too many characters in this show. I think there were too many characters.
I can agree with that.
I mean,
they have a lot of people that you end up forgetting is there.
Why did BB need his Indian daughter in this show?
I think, and this is just me saying it, I think he needed it to show that he's not
to humanize him,
to humanize him a little bit, because when you're seeing him, he's kind of psychotic and he's kind of
he's nuts. He's constantly
quoting crazy, creepy dude.
He's constantly quoting shit. He's in it for himself. He's not really in it for anybody until the end. We realize, oh shit, we are all gonna die.
Yeah. And then you see that he has a daughter, and it's like, oh, he's actually a good dude.
Yeah, but then why did she have to tag along?
I don't fucking know.
I'm just asking. These are the questions going through my head while I'm watching this because I watched this over a 2-day period.
Even when it comes to the old grandma chick, whose eyes were really weird animated. What the fuck was going on with that? She's like this intimidating grandma chick who everybody's terrified of, and yet at the same time she's not really that powerful.
Yeah, she can't seem to stop anybody from doing anything.
Yeah.
And then she gets eaten by the red dust.
I don't know if she gets eaten or not. That's the other thing. Like, what happened to her?
She got hit by the storm. That's all we saw. Some other.
Well, we see, and I can never remember the name of that kaiju for the life of me. But the
one with the one that was climbing out of the bottom of the abyss.
Yeah, it was they did a real.
That's an original kaiju. That's not based on any Godzilla kaiju.
I think it is based on it? Oh, what's the dog one? Like, there's that one.
That's not King Caesar. That's not King Caesar.
I think that's supposed to be based on King Caesar.
Not even that's not King Caesar. No.
I think it's supposed to be based on King Caesar.
No.
Like that's the only one that I can think of off the top of my head that it looks similar to is King Caesar.
No.
And I think they did him dirty. They did him dirty. Let me look it up actually.
Go ahead.
Godzilla singular point. I can't spell.
Just put in
kaiju. By the way, this is the first time I also watched it with subtitles on. Never again. Holy shit. The amount of words that they changed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was bad. It was bad. Entire different paragraphs. What do we have? Tiger. Wait, no. But
that's a problem when that's a problem when your localizer is Netflix.
That's also true. These are not the names of the actual fucking kaiju.
Well, while you're figuring that out, I realize when the whole thing starts, you hear the different voices at the beginning, and then I realize, oh, that's all the different AIs talking to each other. By the end of it, this one dude's AI program that people can download for free, and doing that. And I have a bit of a problem with the dog AI being the hero in the end.
Oh no, this is supposed to be Salunga. Here, I have both. I found a website that shows both of them. So, okay.
Saunga? No.
So this is what it used to look like. You can pull it up.
Okay, got it.
So this is.
Wow! Like. He's really fucking old school. That guy's Anguirus level old school. I will give them this. They actually made Anguirus threatening. This Anguirus is actually a threat.
Yeah, I think they also did this guy dirty because he's.
Yeah, they made that original version there. That he was a jobber.
I remember him like
he's a jobber. That dude's a jobber. That's a fucking jobber right there. He's there to get stepped on and kicked aside.
Yeah, but he was fucking fierce.
Yeah, he was pretty nasty. And here's my other problem. While I found Jet Jaguar to be amusing, I hated the overall design.
You did?
Well, of course, you got the head right, but I think the asymmetrical design of the body, it just bothered me. Maybe also because Jet Jaguar is supposed to be a dude, not a robot.
I guess that's fair. Because they were trying to make him a dude at the beginning, utilizing a robot.
Yeah.
And then
I'm so glad they ran away from that, though. I'm so glad old man wasn't piloting that. I knew that wasn't going to last long.
I love the old man, but
I knew that wasn't going to last.
Yeah.
So when gray hair glasses guy dude took over at one point and made it do automatic stuff, I do. Oh, they're gonna make the shit automated, and then they put the AI in it, and now that was cool when he's fighting the spider kaiju. That was good stuff. But then here's the thing. I hated it. I found, even though I understand it for the storytelling purposes why they did it, it really was annoying when they had Jet Jaguar go all kitty, all infant.
It is incredibly annoying. It didn't really work very well. And again, it's supposed to be this whole like time. They have like 3 different versions of the same AI in 3 different segments of its life. And it doesn't, it's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Because then the strongest version of the AI talks like a kid.
I mean, this show is very pro AI. Very pro AI.
Well, it takes place in 2030. I forgot that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If you actually think about it, AI might actually be that advanced by that time period of time.
So it's very, very pro AI. And that dog AI, that dog version annoyed the hell out of me.
Pello.
Yeah, Pello 2, Pello whatever. Especially when they put it in its own body. That could be beaten
came out of nowhere, really.
That could be defeated by an infant that put it in essentially the crippler crossface.
Yeah. And then you have the whole getting kidnapped by what was an Indian person but looked like a Brazilian dude.
So this whole story, all right, as I understand it, this whole thing about because this Kishimoto or Kishiyama, whatever his name was, the original guy, about a little after World War II, he got a revelation.
Yes.
Because he studied some jellyfish that had evolved by encountering the red dust, the archetype material. And he built a supercomputer or multiple supercomputers so that he could look time in the eye. And he saw everything and went crazy and literally wrote down all his thoughts in journals, every single random thought. And it would take somebody of equal intelligence to piece it all together, which is what Assistant Girl is supposed to be. And it's essentially predicting everything that happened, but also telling us that time is malleable.
Yes, more or less. That time is malleable, and it deals a lot with like fourth dimensions and how does this red dust actually work? Because not only was he like researching jellyfish, and saw that they evolved due to the red dust, he then went to like try to figure out where the red dust came from. He finds Shiva? No, it wasn't.
He found Shiva's the computer. He builds Shiva. He
finds Shiva. Because within Shiva was the actual like archetype, or the archetypes was the creature, was another being that we don't know what was actually in it. They just say that there's something in there, and that was what the kaiju in India was trying to get to take it back to the Red Lake.
Now, for a moment there, I have to remove myself from certain predilections with the word Shiva, and remember that Shiva is actually a Hindu god, the Hindu god, the top dog Hindu god, not Ice Princess, who Kel wants him to get stepped on. Wants to get stepped on by. Just a little fun Final Fantasy joke there. But so you have to remember, no, they're not talking about Ice Princess. They're talking about the top Hindu god. And of course, kaiju are always mistaken for gods in some iterations. So perhaps there is something in there.
I forgot about this. One of the big parts about this is like some of these there's a lot of red dust veins throughout the entirety of the world.
Yeah.
All over the world, there's red dust veins. That's why he started in Japan, because there is a red dust vein in Japan, but it's underwater, so you can't really go to see it, especially during World War II era. Not very capable of going there. So he was trying to find one above land that he can get to. That's what took him to India. And he went all over the world because he was also in England for a period of time. He was in the States. He went everywhere and ended in Japan. Not Japan, but in India.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then there's the explosion, which everybody thought killed him. But in fact, he was in a time bubble or something like that. And then he appears at the end of the anime.
Yeah. He appears at the very end. I don't know if he was in a time bubble or if he was somewhere.
Well, like we'd already talked about it. Was it a snap in time or was he there? But
that's something that they have to answer in season 2.
And
how is he alive?
And he flashes a crazy man smile as they're building Mecha Godzilla.
Well, okay, so obviously one of the there's another organization. There's an organization throughout this all called Shiva.
Yeah.
And
with different factions working against each other.
Yes, and it's clear that he's a part of one of the factions.
Well, he founded it, so
he founded it. He has his own faction, though.
Yeah,
and it's something with the blonde, not reporter dude, and the other guy. They are interested in something, And part of me is wondering if, because the blonde reporter, not reporter dude, kept saying everybody has a quest for immortality. They want to hunt down immortality, and this is something. And what would you do if you had the genie lamp and shit like that? What if he found a way to be immortal utilizing the red dust to help him last his life? And that's how he got to where he is.
Yeah.
And he faked his death.
And I have a question for you. Do you think with the tease at the end of Mechagodzilla, which was an accurate Mechagodzilla design, I'll give him that. Do you think they were going the route of Mechagodzilla built as humanity's defense, like they do in later Godzilla eras, where Mechagodzilla isn't evil but built by humanity to fight other kaiju and Godzilla?
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
And my reasoning for that is one of the things that the professor was trying to do was figure out that final sequence.
Avoid the apocalypse.
To avoid the apocalypse. And it turned out that final sequence actually ended up being that PDF file that the one dude sent to her and just sent back in time and finished up to make Jet Jaguar immortal.
Invincible.
Invincible.
They dropped that tease at around episode 8 or 9. Finished to do this program, and I thought, why have they forgotten that? Oh, here it is. Here it is.
And my thought process is he was waiting for that to be done so that he can now put that into Mechagodzilla to make Mechagodzilla invincible. But again, that's a bunch of theories because we'll never fucking know.
And then it's basically everybody running around trying to stop these red dust storms that usually are heralded by Rodan flocks, which I think I said this to you, but I don't think I said it on stream yet.
Yeah.
I do not like what they did with Rodan. I do not like that.
It takes a little bit getting used to that. Rodan is more of a flock of creatures that have to survive within the actual red dust itself.
Yeah.
Like they are the ones that are now spreading it. And they kind of showed that at the beginning that the Rodan is tracking it. It's covered in this. So that's how they spread it. You have the water ones. They spread it throughout the water and especially Godzilla. So, and everybody, almost all the kaiju basically interact with the red dust differently.
Except Anguirus. Anguirus never interacted with it, did he?
Nope.
There's no indication of what birthed Anguirus in this.
Or the I'm trying to look up the name of it. The the crab spider creatures. But and I'm just looking up now. It is a combination of 3 past kaiju.
I was gonna say there is a spider kaiju, but that it wasn't like that.
They combined one of them was also the alien bug creature thing that they have. Like the aliens made one of those bug creatures with it's
you just reminded me
mechanical. Yeah.
This reminded me, I got annoyed when before Jaguar goes invincible mode and him and the white-haired dude are on back of Godzilla. Godzilla had fucking parasites running over his body. What the fuck was that?
That was weird. I kind of liked it because I do kind of think and like reality, if a creature of Godzilla size actually existed and there was a bunch of them, like if kaijus legitimately existed and were all over the place, I legitimately think there would be some sort of parasite creature that would actually live on them.
I don't know if that would work for Godzilla because Godzilla is a mobile guy. He swims around in the water all the time. He's always in fights when he's fighting other kaiju.
Special knights of some sort, because that's the whole thing. Like with elephants and those one birds, they had that symbiotic relationship where the birds pick off the mites. So it's kind of like
it was sudden, and I thought, did you just put this in there to make it harder for them to activate Jet Jaguar invincibility? I feel like that was just there to make it a harder moment to have the.
I think it was. I think it was there to just add tension because it's like, oh, now you got on Godzilla. It's not that easy. Here's the creatures that are living on the back of Godzilla. It's kind of creepy and weird. And what I do like about that scene and what I wish they would have done throughout the entirety of the show, they start doing Jet Jaguar in 2D instead of its 3D CGI. And I think it looked better in 2D.
It did look better. Real quick, Real Godzilla, no, because his radioactivity would melt that shit off. That's why no. That's why nothing would. Godzilla doesn't need parasites because radioactivity would just annihilate anything trying to grow on him, barnacle wise. That's my response.
Yeah,
to that.
and technically, real Godzilla would be like that. This is the special version.
This
of
is
Godzilla
not.
That is
this,
not.
Yeah.
He's
This is
not radioactive.
Yeah. He's not a radioactivity. Nuclear power has nothing to do with this show whatsoever. He's not even.
No. This is all again that theoretical. There's this magic dust, for lack of a better term, that has birthed him.
Another dimension.
And part of it is also that it happened before because we have those Godzilla bones.
Yeah.
And they treat it more as a throwaway line that whole thing happened prior, where somebody succeeded in actually killing Godzilla. That's where the bones came from and everything like that. But it's just like, hey, it's a quick story, go away. And it's like, why don't we actually focus in more on this like guy from feudal Japan era being able to actually kill Godzilla?
It's not until almost the end where you see that all the wires are plugged into the back of its skull.
Well, you can actually catch that if you
early
look.
on.
Yeah, because on Netflix for a while, the actual thumbnail for the show was the skeleton.
Oh, okay.
So if you look, you can see the wires do go into the skull. So they do actually they lead to the skull.
I didn't see it till the end where they actually showed it. I didn't notice it till the end.
Mm-hmm.
But
it is a blink and you'll miss kind of a scene. But if you look at the picture long enough, you see they've set it up. But I am a firm believer that this is a 2-watch show. I guess Adam's not that because again, he has that photographic memory, so he can notice a lot of the stuff a little bit more. Mm. But if you watch it once, you then see what the ending is, and if you watch it again, you can see like it's all playing out.
I'll give them this. They lined everything up to have good verisimilitude, where it all set up and pay off. I mean, literally, the opening moment of all those different voices talking makes complete sense at the very end when they're all talking. At first, I thought it was just children talking to each other about a nursery, but no, it's all the AI doing that. So and of course, I couldn't know that when I started watching it. But.
And they're actually even talking about like what happened prior and what happens during the show. Yeah.
It's literally, it is all right there because the beginning was the end and the end was the beginning. Mm-hmm. And I hate that kind of shit. I'm never satisfied with that kind of time. It's borderline self-fulfilling. And I do not like self-fulfilling. I am a firm believer of team free will. I like that free will changes things. Cause and effect changes things. And that, because you got to decide then, when was the program written? If it was always there in the song, always being there in the time loop, that the AI was going to always, that AI was technically always trapped in. Working with time travel, and Jed and I have had this discussion on different streams. Working with time travel is very, very delicate. And if you do not assign specific rules to time travel, you get DBZ bullshit where it gets contradictory, it gets annoying, and then you have to go wild.
I think I do agree with you that this is very it basically, you have to do this. It's preordained and everything like that. At the same time, they have that whole conversation of what was it? Fearful symmetry.
Mm-hmm.
And how
tiger
and all that, and the idea of like stuff flipping and merging, like one particle goes through here, changes, but then comes back and all that shit. I kind of like that, where if you then take into account that back in the day, somebody was able to kill Godzilla and all that shit, it's kind of also playing into that whole notion that, hey, this happened before. This happened before. This happened again. Mm-hmm. Here we go again. It's this just constant cycle of some things have to happen.
And I get that. I mean, I believe in I'm okay with a cyclical nature event type of stuff because it's always going to come around again. I don't like the idea that time is cyclical. I don't play that rule, but I just feel as though they were really loosey-goosey with the time travel rules in this one, which is why it just doesn't overall sit well with me.
And I think so. I agree with you on that. And some of that is also because they don't really delve into time travel until like the last 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
when that's when magically, there's time travel involved, and they don't really have a time to kind of even give you.
They don't ease you into it.
Yeah, they
And
don't
so he'll
ease
get
you
he'll
into it. It's
they
literally
they drop it on you. Oh, hey, guess what, guys? This whole story has been about time travel, but we're first telling you now.
Yeah, it's like the last couple minutes of the final episode. Now that I'm thinking about it, magically they go like, we don't have enough time to calculate this math.
I'm gonna take this
equation."
digital boat back in time so I have more time. What?
Yeah, I don't know how, and now it's time travel. What?
And that means the dude was always down there because it's a fixed point where that's where he is, and that's see, you have to establish if you're gonna do time travel, you've got to establish the rules. And I don't think they cleanly establish the rules, which is one of my major sticking points of this. I just don't think they cleanly establish the rules. And it makes it hard for me to swallow. As someone who's very invested in time travel, I've said it before on lots of different streams. At a certain point in the series of books that I have written and will rewrite and put out for everybody, there's a whole segment on time travel, and that's in the whole storyline. It takes up a bit in one book, and then it is the center point of. It's actually a culmination of a lot of stuff. But I'll tell you now, my time travel rules are very simple. The past changes the future. And that's it. And when the past
simple hot tub time machine.
And when the past changes the present, and the present changes from the future to change the future, that future vanishes. It's just cause and effect. That is the core of how I look at time travel, cause and effect. Back to the Future time travel rules, essentially. Cause and effect.
Hot tub time machine.
Shut up. I hate that movie.
It's not a good movie, but at the same time, it has that basic cause and effect time travel mechanic.
But cause and effect. If you do something in the present, it affects the future. Do something in the past, it affects the present.
Mm-hmm.
And then both affect the future. Which you just got to be very careful. And then you have to make sure you line up all these events when they happen and nothing slips through the cracks. And then you've created a problem. Well, I also then created an answer to my problem, which I did. Because I'll just say at one point, you've got the same soul about to occupy the same moment in the same time. What do you do? Well, I figured I had an answer ready to go. I drew, and that's where I drew on time travel rules. Same matter cannot occupy the same place at the same moment. And then I call that an entropic cascade reaction, where entropy breaks down and the two souls collide and they will wipe themselves out of existence because it's paradox. It's paradox. See, that's the thing that you want to make sure when doing time travel. You must remember, do not forget about a paradox. Do not forget about time paradoxes. See, I've spent a lot of years making sure my time travel is nice and clean. And then when I'm done with it, I'm done with it. I do it once, and I don't go back and play with time travel again. Because you could only do it once.
You know, that was a problem in Futurama, speaking of time travel.
Oh, yeah.
Where did the fucking Bender tattoo come from?
There is Futurama fucked around with time travel way too many times.
Yeah.
Funny, but way too many times.
Yeah, way too many times, to the point that the Bender tattoo, it just kind of exists.
Yeah.
Nobody really knows where it came from. It just kind of exists because of how they handled all that. But anyways, back to Godzilla.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's my question for you. What parts did you enjoy?
I did enjoy the straight up combat stuff where people are fighting back. I wasn't annoyed by the animation style. It was animated very well. I enjoyed the references to Godzilla lore. They got in that Godzilla theme every time again. Dun 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 dun. They got that in whenever they could.
The end of episode 11, episode 11, when you get the full theme music.
Yeah, but there's one. But I did now. We've been on previous Godzilla streams, and I even said this in this stream. Anguirus is a jobber, and then eventually a sidekick in the Showa era. But the problem is now in this one, not problem. Sorry, the thing is this one they turned Anguirus into a real threat. But in the show, when you think about it, if they hadn't fucked around with Anguirus, he wouldn't have fucked around with them. They caused their own problems fighting Anguirus.
Anguirus was just happy, grazing, doing his own
He was
little thing.
eating dead Rodan and just chilling in the forest.
Mhm.
And then motherfuckers went and started hunting him.
Yeah.
Anguirus did nothing wrong.
Justice for Anguirus. Anguirus lives matter.
Yeah. Anguirus did nothing wrong. And but so I like the Anguirus one because it I don't know if they did that intentionally, but it's a contradictory to the story. Anguirus was not a threat.
I think the part of it is you just had the giant Rodan.
Yeah.
And you have these weird creatures popping up that you're not used to. And now you have another one, and they want to just get rid of it before it becomes like a Rodan level threat.
Mm.
So they
I can see that.
they mess with it without realizing that, hey, if you just didn't fuck with it, yeah, everything would have been fine.
Yeah, it probably would have stayed out of your way. He wasn't looking for trouble. Because at one point they said when he's playing around, it's like, wait a minute, it's just playing around. It's not actually trying to attack us.
Mm-hmm.
It's toying. It's losing interest like a child. It's going to go wander off again. So, but I liked Anguirus because I thought it was interesting to make Anguirus actually a threat in terms of threat to Ning, an actual thing he needs to fight. And that was
near impossible to kill.
And well, that's where they started introducing the time travel stuff with Anguirus, and that didn't make a whole lot of sense. But so I like that, and
that was more. It can predict the future,
but it opened the door. It opened the door.
It's more. It has psychic abilities to see the future, and it can't really change it.
And that's adding powers for Anguirus. Anguirus is basically an overgrown ankylosaurus, is what he is in reality. He has no abilities. But I think that as far as the story goes, the show flowed well. It didn't allow us to get bogged down in the technical stuff. It buzzed through it quickly. Didn't bog it down. It knew how to pivot from one moment to the next, so that I wasn't bored watching this, but I wasn't necessarily enthused or entertained. Because if you hadn't had me watch this, I probably never would have watched this. So,
I mean, that's a lot of things.
So I mean,
that you put me through things that I probably would have never watched either.
Yeah. But when it comes to this, my praise is more on a technical basis than the actual content, because I think a lot of the characters are very cliched in some ways. There's too many characters, so we only get a little depth on a couple of them here and there. We don't get too much. And back to my original major complaint, I was hoping for a little kaiju fighting, and I didn't get any of that. But I think what I most appreciate is Jet Jaguar. That's what I most appreciate. That was the biggest, most pleasing thing to me.
I like it a lot because for me, there are way too many characters. There's some characters that you forget happen, and I see why they did some of the choices that they did, because again, they wanted a season 2, but don't know if we'll ever get it. Where some of our issues are another season. One of the problems, though, that my big issue is, personally, I don't like the whole crab, insect, spider creature moment. That's the only time I ever get bored. And I've watched the show a couple times.
And they are the fight scenes are cool, but they shouldn't have had it regenerating. That was dumb.
Yeah, that gave it became just way too strong doing that.
For a second, I thought they were going to merge together to make a big one. I'm like, oh, that'll be fun. But no, they were just sliming around.
They made them too strong doing that, where the cooler part is that there was 3 different types, and you could have just kept having like, hey, there's multiple types, and there's a whole lot more here than if you strike them down, they just keep coming back. So I don't like that, but I love how Godzilla one of my favorite forms of Godzilla is just being the force of nature.
You like the natural disaster.
The natural disaster Godzilla. That is always going to be my top tier Godzilla.
Because
I love kaiju.
Here's the thing. I want my Godzilla to have a reason. I would like to know, what is the reason for doing this? I understand you and a lot of it. Listen, you are not alone, and I'm in a minority. I don't really enjoy natural disaster Godzilla. This is a giant thinking creature. What is its motivation?
It does need a motivation. Like if you take into account, I'm not going to go Shin Godzilla, because Shin Godzilla, there is no real motivation. He's just appears. So it's supposed to be a commentary on the government, not really Godzilla.
Yeah.
But you take a look at like -1 Godzilla, where that Godzilla, the reason he's doing what it is that he's doing, it's not just revenge, but it's also he's an alpha creature, like he's an alpha predator. This is his territory. He's going to start taking over his territory.
Yeah.
This is going to be like his nesting ground. So he's trying to claim that. So that actually makes sense for like his actual moves and choices like that. Where in this particular Godzilla, the reason he's doing this is because, well, he kind of has to.
He was predicted to do it.
Yeah.
That's it.
He was predicted to end up doing this. He's predicted to be the final catastrophe. He's going to go do it. And then Jet Jaguar saves the day.
Yeah, he gets big. That's what the code does. Makes him big.
Makes him big and strong and somehow beats Godzilla by just tanking.
Right there. There was no fight. I thought I was going to get at least a Jet Jaguar versus Godzilla fight. It was 30 seconds and done. And I just went, you had a moment here. You could have had me. And now it's over. It's done. And now.
And I will say my biggest problem with this show is the concept of the second season, where you need it for some reasons, but at the same time, how?
I'm a believer in
how do you do a second season with
I'm a believer of you can plant seeds throughout a series to set something up, but when you end a season, just end it. If you are not sure you're going to get anything else, just tie up what loose ends are visible and leave it. Don't drop Mechagodzilla as a tease at the end and fuck off.
Because it doesn't, the way their version of Godzilla actually works is it's a force of nature, and once you're done, it should be done for a long period of time, might come back, might not. How do you then do Mechagodzilla if you don't have a Godzilla for it to fight, and potentially not a Jet Jaguar?
Because time will play a factor again. There'll be time, or it would be a real throw or a real weird wrench if Ghidorah shows up and it's Mechagodzilla versus Ghidorah. That'd be fucking weird, but I don't know. I'm just spitballing off the top of my head here.
Yeah, spitballing is a good idea. Granted, this will always probably be shuttered to the Netflix bin of Godzilla, because Netflix Godzilla can get either interesting with this,
or the crazy one with Godzilla Earth and that fucking shit, which wasn't even Godzilla.
I enjoy Godzilla Earth just because Godzilla. It's never going to be my first pick of a Godzilla show. Never. Holy King Ghidorah, what they did to Mechagodzilla,
energy,
everything about that. You know they had a Mechagodzilla planned out, right?
No, I never watched it. I just read about it.
Oh, so Mechagodzilla City is just a living metal city. They actually had an animation of Mechagodzilla City becoming Mechagodzilla, which was supposed to be modeled after a sea cucumber.
Gross.
Actually battling Godzilla Earth. You don't get that.
Godzilla's Earth is gigantic.
Yeah.
It's the biggest Godzilla in existence.
Yeah. Oh, Mechagodzilla City is huge. Like, it is a fucking size of Tokyo. But it's a city.
Godzilla Earth is...
Yeah, but it's also living metal.
I don't want to talk about this.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. I enjoy Shin Godzilla. I enjoy Singular Point.
I didn't hate it. I didn't necessarily enjoy it. It was just kind of... I would call this, to me, it's a middling affair, as far as I'm concerned.
This is I personally think, for me, I can turn on Singular Point and still enjoy myself. I always have a smile. I like watching it. If I get my season 2, I will forever be happy, hopefully.
And
I can accept what I got here. We're not talking about the Godzilla Earth. I'm never ever going to be as cruel and unusual punishment to put you through that. I want you to be very clear. There's some fun parts about that movie, or those movies. There's some interesting things that they do with like concepts. Never, ever, ever gonna put you through that shit.
Yeah, you're more likely to get me into the trap of Delicious Dungeon before that one.
Oh, 100%. Yes. But also, like, Delicious Dungeon is good and super entertaining. That wasn't.
Yeah.
That
All
only has
right.
like, okay, God, Mothra is now a clan.
All right. I think we've run the course on this.
Yes.
I would say it's at least worth a watch through once if you're a Godzilla fan. You'll appreciate the Easter eggs, some of the references here and there, but I found it to be average at best. But as we said at the beginning, it's not generally geared toward my taste as a Godzilla fan. I'm very old school.
I also ended up telling you were probably not going to enjoy this one, but at least we could have a fun conversation.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. There was no yelling and screaming here. All right, let's move on. All right, so you got an article for us on anime piracy in Japan.
Yes. Do you have it pulled up, or do I need it pulled up?
I don't have it. I assumed you had the link
because I DM'd you the link. Let me get
that was just the post. I thought you had like the actual article.
No, I just had the.
Oh, you had the post. Oh,
yeah, I sent it to you for this.
Oh, I can get it then. Well,
yeah,
I'd have to find it. Hang on. Yeah, I can get it. It'll take me a second.
I literally just saw it. Wait, no. Am I scrolling up past that? No.
It's in the DMs. I'll find it. Give me a second.
I think I might have skipped it by accident.
Okay, no, I went way past it. Where is it?
January 22nd. Probably way too far. I also have my DM zoomed in, so give me a second because I knew it was soon.
That's not it.
No, it was for.
Oh no! You know what happened? The post you referenced got removed.
Really?
Yeah, I remember that. I clicked on it yesterday. The post you referenced. I remember now. I was clicking on it yesterday. The post you clicked on got it removed. Yeah.
Piracy in anime. Let's go through this way. No, I don't listen. I love One Piece, but I'm trying to find the Japan suffers Dexerto. Got it. So this is from Dexerto. Oh, there. I was looking at the complete wrong spot to share my fucking screen. I'm so used to Restream that I'm not.
That's
here,
not
but
good.
Here it.
Not good.
Yeah, Japan suffers $38 billion losses over anime piracy.
That's American money. That's American money.
Yeah, that's American money. If we translate this to yen,
that's like hundreds of billions.
Yes. Piracy in anime, manga, and games has surged worldwide with new government.
Okay, all right. So that's a lot of stuff in it. All right, so this isn't just about anime. It's about anime, manga, and games.
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't understand game piracy. I don't understand game piracy.
That's the one I legitimately don't like.
Yeah.
I don't like piracy at all, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. My problem with game piracy is you're not just risking like the company that made the game, you're risking your own setup and you can fuck shit up really easily.
Yeah. I don't only time I can say the only time I really pirated games is of course ROMs back in the day. Because those games don't exist. Those games don't exist anymore. Mm-hmm. And that was when I was playing old stuff that I didn't have anymore. I generally 99.9% of the time I do not pirate games because they're not going to work.
If we count ROMs, I'll do ROMs of Pokemon, but that's about it.
Yeah.
But let's see. Worldwide, with the new government data showing the estimated damage has nearly tripled in just 3 years. The findings were highlighted by I'm not even going to try.
Automation.
Automaton, which cited a new report from Japan's Ministry of Economy, Trade, and Industry. According to the data, losses caused by piracy of digital content rose from 2 trillion yen in 2022 to 5.7 trillion yen in 2025, increasing from roughly 13.3 billion to around 38 billion USD.
That's a triple.
Yeah, that's a large number. Now, this is a problem. Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, here's the thing. One, listen, buy something. Spend money on something if it's good. Mm-hmm. But as we started the discussion earlier in the stream, with anime, it's very easy to accidentally waste your money
But
if something sucks.
It's not just that. I know some people that we watch from time to time, like Nerdrotic and people like that. Here in the States, yes, they'll talk about the piracy, but the reality is these companies like it when piracy's going on.
Well,
They
also
actually do like it.
And here's a reason too. Back in the day, I know anime piracy, and I'm going to be very careful how I talk about this thing. You have to understand. A lot of the times, we didn't get a lot of stuff over here. It was years before we would get it. I'm not just the localization speed is now very quick. Yeah, even 10 years ago, we weren't getting things at all. And when you got them, they expected you to buy it right away at $25, $30 on a Blu-ray or a DVD for a few episodes. And it was too expensive for not knowing what we were going to get or quality, this and that. So I had always believed back in the day there had to be a way, there had to be a happy medium of I need to watch this and see if it's any good before I spend money on it, especially something that is not going to arrive here. I mean, Jeremy, perfect example. There's a period of time that, especially after in the interim before Funimation was able to secure it, there was no access to One Piece for years upon years. Go all the way back to essentially from end of from Skypiea through Water 7 to the time skip. There was no access to One Piece in the West outside of the manga translations. None. Manga translation, chugging along fine because they would translate Shonen Jump, put it on there. That's fine. But the anime, there was no access. It just wasn't. So if you're going to watch One Piece, fan sub was the only way. Only way. Now, it's pretty quick these days. Pretty quick. A lot of things. Still some slight delay, but nowhere near what it used to be. Anything. And some things still don't get localized. I would say a good only 30 to 40% of shows every season get a dub localization for people who don't want to read subtitles.
I'd say probably 25% because anime and manga over in Japan, that is still one of the like main core forms of media. So we probably only see a fraction of what actually is there.
I mean, there are things that you can only get that will have subtitles now. There's still shows that are only subtitled.
Well, I have listened to a lot of YouTubers and I have seen it myself. There's a lot of manga you'll never see an anime for, but there's a lot of manga you'll never see a translation for. You have to pay somebody to translate it for you.
I remember,
and I may or may not own at least a couple of those.
I remember when I was watching Rave Master or Groove Adventure Rave, if you want to give it its original title, and the anime just stopped and was never going to come back because we hadn't reached Fairy Tail yet, which Fairy Tail took off and they went all the way with it eventually. Rave Master was never going to come back. And if you wanted to read it, you had to go to the manga. And I remember the B. Dalton around me at the time was the only place that had manga. Barnes & Noble had not become a manga library yet. And I remember going to B. Dalton and saying, oh shit, Rave Master volumes. And I started looking at them, figuring out where the anime ended and which volume picked it up. And I never got around to buying them because this is teenager me. I don't have that kind of money to just buy manga at the drop of a hat. So years later, I don't know if they stopped doing it or what, or people couldn't get hands to the volumes. I got a hold of the rest of Groove Adventure Rave and what we called back then scanlations back in the day. And the translation was a nightmare.
Shit.
The translation was a nightmare, and I'll ask you what's going on in a second. So sometimes you get good people who are back in the day doing it right, and then you get horrible, horrible things. And sometimes that's the only way you can get it. Now you can get the whole thing. I mean, the volumes have all been released by now if you want to get the whole thing. And I would recommend doing Groove Adventure Rave from beginning to end because it's a solid one. It's a I forget. Well, it's the guy who did Fairy Tail, who is one of the best boob artists in the industry.
Oh, fantastic boob artist.
That dude loves his titties. He loves his titties. loves to draw beautiful women. So I highly recommend both that and Fairy Tale. I don't know how the other one ended. That was the last one.
I know which one you're talking about. It's the anime's on hiatus for a while now, but the manga
ended.
Way done.
Yeah, manga's been done for years.
Sucks ass.
I was reading the manga. That was one of those things where I was reading just the manga before they decided to animate it. And at one point, I just got bored.
I'm gonna have to read the manga because I saw a cover of it, and I saw the main guy has white hair. What the fuck's happening? So
anyway, so what did you say? Oh shit about? What did you just see?
I said, oh shit about what Alpha Omega said because I've been watching what he's been putting down, like the who are the 3 pirate countries and shit, like the most pirated, like countries that do the most pirating: Indonesia, Japan, and United States. All this stuff, like I've been reading everything that he's been putting down, but then I read estimates from industry analysis suggest around 90 to 95% of Japanese annual manga output, roughly 40 to 50,000 new volumes or series chapters per year, remain unlicensed.
There it is.
We don't get that much,
so if you find one of the websites that posts lots of manga, that's the only way you're going to get it in the West. Somebody fan subbing this shit.
And like shows like Demon Slayer, and I remember this was a couple of years ago. The only anime we really get over here is always the best of the best of the best. You have to go through a lot of hurdles just to get
right
your ass
here.
over here.
Let me bring this up. It's my go-to for
the other side. The other side of this, I just want to point this out. The reasons several companies probably do like seeing these numbers, and I'm willing to bet you $500 again. DC and Marvel are sitting there shitting themselves right now. $38 billion in piracy right there. That tells you that this is a market that people want to engage.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. We mentioned already. I will say 9 times out of 10, those who pirate anime, and to a lesser extent manga, as far as I'm concerned, they spend a lot of money on the industry in general.
Oh yeah.
When they find something like it, they're going to spend it.
They're going to buy merch. They're going to go out there and love it.
If I had more money and space, I would buy merch for the things I like. But I have no money and no space and nowhere to display it. A better studio, I've always said, when I move and get a better studio set up, you'll see I will populate it with the things I love. You'll see different strike freedoms around here. You'll see the weapons that I like from shows. You'll see other things here and there. You'll see stuff that I like represented by me. But back to a previous point I was saying, to Alpha Omega's point, I'm going to switch to me for a second here. Right. I'm just going to remove that right there. This is where I go. I've showed this before. I go to Live Chart to see what my anime is going to be for the season, to what I'm looking forward to. And this is the current season. This is the winter 2026 season. Just in popularity, not any sort of alphabetical order, popularity.
Yes, Paradise.
I would say a good third to half of these will never be localized. Never.
There's some Fate series that we're never going to even get to see.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm looking this. You've already started watching this. I'm looking forward to checking this out at the end of the season. I love Fate a lot. But and some of these and I guarantee at least a third of these are going to be slop. A third of these are slop. That somehow they got enough juice to do it. A lot of girls love showing up the next 2 seasons. A lot of girls love stuff showing up for some reason. I don't know what's going on there. But a lot of these are not going to get out there. And we're only talking up to a point here because when you get on this lower, it gets into some of the kiddie programming stuff that is not meant for adult anime. But I mean, like right here, you mentioned earlier, you didn't even know. I just went by. Where'd it go? You didn't even know that the new Digimon show had started last season.
Yeah, I did not even know.
You didn't know.
I knew it was coming out.
This won't see the light of day over here. It won't.
It is.
It is? Oh, okay. I thought it didn't have the traction.
I believe it's connected via Disney, but it does not have not a whole lot of people know that it's going on right now because Digimon kind of fell off.
Yeah.
And it's like Pokemon, for example. You see Pokemon right there. Scroll down, you see the Pokemon series. That Pokemon series is scroll up one. Right.
I'm looking.
It's like
there.
right next to your
Yeah.
head.
The new
That
one.
Pokemon series,
the
that's only
post-Ash
on
era. It's the
that's only on
post-Ash era.
Netflix.
Yeah.
And if you're watching it, you're watching it. If you're not, you're not.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
Yeah. So a lot of these things are not going to appear. I mean, and so it's you got to understand that a lot of us are coming from an era where the piracy was a necessary factor in our lives to see this stuff. And now, maybe some of us are adults. To your point, we mentioned it's a tool to make sure we're going to spend our money because now we're adults and we don't want to just throw our money away. Like, I guarantee that in now another, I would say, 8 or 9 weeks, as Fire Force comes to an end, I'm going to be satisfied and I'm going to be happy and I'm going to want to buy it all as soon as it's ready and I can afford it. Because I've rewatched all the way through, not accounting the first part of season 3. I've rewatched season 1 and 2 each at least 3 or 4 times at this point. And I am excited for that. And go over one season. I mentioned it earlier. If Reincarnated Slime hits its mark, boom, I'm there. That's something I love. If ReZero hits its final mark, boom, I'm there. The final day when it happens in the far off future, One Piece ends. I mean, think about it like this. You and I, we're going to talk One Piece in a little bit here. We love One Piece. It is a very, very big part of our weeb life. Oda Sensei still needs to stick the landing.
Yeah. And there are some...
But my point is, I would not have wanted to have invested all the money in all of One Piece to have Oda Sensei not stick the landing. Now, because I read the manga, I will know if he stuck the landing a long time before the anime.
Mm-hmm.
But then that just says, okay, yeah, now I will spend $1,000 to buy all of One Piece when it comes out.
Several thousand.
Can I get a layaway plan, please? Can I get a payment plan, please?
Can I get rid of my firstborn son, please?
No, I'm going to keep my firstborn son when that happens. Something like that. But imagine how large that collector case. It's going to have to be a literal treasure chest. It's going to be a literal treasure chest. You open it up, and it's all the One Piece volumes, anime volumes in there. That's what it's going to have to be. So I believe, and I know there are you and other people who, like you said, you don't necessarily believe in piracy, and some people really don't. I do believe it is a necessary tool in this to continue the business.
My position is it really just depends on where it is and what it is that you're doing. Because let's be fair, we don't always, do stuff above boards. But at the same time, there is benefits to it.
Yeah.
Like companies do like to kind of see those numbers going up a little, as much as they don't want to admit it and they'll never tell you. They kind of like seeing that there's that much going on.
Here's the thing.
They like it because they know people are interested. That used to be the thing for Marvel, DC, and everybody. They secretly love those numbers going up because it told people they were interested in these products, these IPs, and that they're getting that money in other ways.
You said it yourself, and I said it too in a certain way, but now I'll say it definitively. They say $38 billion in loss. I say the real collectors, the real weebs, the real fans will always eventually spend the money.
For fuck's sakes, I got Gunpla over there. God damn it, Konami rakes in with their freaking gotcha game that is real life. Everybody rakes in them.
Eventually, here's the thing: the real customer base will always spend the money. The people, the losses. Here's how I look at it: the losses they're talking about are the casuals and the tourists who don't really care, who are not really invested. They're just passersby. And they're not the people who have rewatched all these things over and over again.
I'm trying to remember like the Pokemon franchise because there was that It's not great. This is not a great metric, and this is just a random picture because I know this picture was going around towards the end of like last year, and I wanted to bring it up on Ballbusters, but never got a chance. It's Facebook. It's not. I'm just using it as a picture. Yeah. Highest grossing media franchises of all time. This is as of August 2025. Yeah. Pokemon alone rakes in more money than how much they lost pirating. If you think Pokemon alone can do that, if you combined all of the anime industry together, they're still making hand over fist.
I know. So that's why I concluded my statement was the losses. You attribute that to the casuals who are never going to purchase anything, who just drive by, who are fad followers. You and I, more so you because you have collectibles. I have not put money into collectibles as of yet. I care more about owning the show. But then again, a lot of things I really love aren't done yet. Mm-hmm. They're not done. I mean, as soon as I could when it was over. That Christmas, and when it was done, first thing I did, Brotherhood. That first Christmas when the anime ended, I said, must have it. And I got a deal. I got these for a combination of, I think, $40. I got these on sale on Amazon. It was a great deal. And these were, and this actually tried to be a really important Christmas present for myself because that was the first Christmas I couldn't get home. I could not get home. I just couldn't make it home due to circumstances. So I broke these open a few days early, and it got me through me not being with family because it sucked. So when it's there, get it. I mean, before it happened, I bought before the franchise tanked down on itself. I bought everything Tenchi. I bought it, and then I made a mistake though. I bought OAV3 when it came out, and wow, I hated every second of that. Every second of it. But I have plenty of things that I bought. I mean, that bottom shelf there, under the final bottom shelf, that's all anime down there, of stuff that is old. A lot of 90s stuff, early 2000s, because it's complete. I like it, but it's old school stuff. All the new school stuff I like from the past, I will say 10, 15 years. A lot of it's not done yet. And here's the problem too, as I mentioned earlier in the pre-conversation of this, a lot of stuff that I liked were butcheries. I really liked Claymore, and Claymore finished, but guess what? It's not the real ending. It's a butchered ending for 24 episodes. There's a lot of stuff out there that's really good, but never finished. And like you said, I'm not going to buy something if it's not done.
Mm-hmm. You get blue balled real easily.
Oh yeah. So right now, let's just I'm just going to roll off a couple things off the top of my head that are easy. That and per your information, when the time comes. When they're done with the Infinity Castle trilogy, Demon Slayer, that's going to be easy buy. That's going to be an easy buy. But I want a complete thing. I don't want different volume sections running around. I mean, right here from Brotherhood, it was real easy just to get 64 episodes into 2 packs like this, a part 1 and part 2. I don't expect a giant case because it's only 64 episodes. So I expect smaller shows like this. 64 is not small, but you know what I'm saying. But something, as I said, like Inuyasha, which last year they finished the Blu-ray remasters. They're still all individual volumes. I want a one set because the final venture, the final season, has its own Blu-ray box. So I want that all in one thing. I don't want different volumes jumping around on me. That's an easy. Inuyasha is still an easy buy for me. Very easy buy. If it ends well. Reincarnated as a slime. If it ends well, okay to pick up girls in a dungeon. If it ends well, right now, as I said earlier, ReZero. That's an easy one. And then there's a lot of stuff that just started, and we see where it goes. So there's a lot of stuff that's on there. I mean, I have other lists too of things I want, but I mean, Log Horizon's never going to get finished.
Yeah, and that's one of those things where you're really blue balled, and you
why am I gonna
want more?
Why am I gonna buy it if it's never gonna be done? Because everybody, when it came out, they all bought it. Manga.
I can at least go and find all the light novels for Excel World to the best of my ability, even though they're not out there. But I'll never be able to watch the anime because they just quit doing it.
It just stopped.
Because they wanted to go and finish out Sword Art Online, which was the
And they still haven't finished
Not
that.
prequel, but it's the pre thing that came before that leads into Excel World. Technically,
SAO, there's still one more saga which they're working on, which hasn't been animated, which is one reason I haven't tried to get all of SAO. Because despite I know SAO is controversial for a lot of people, but I love SAO. I love SAO.
SAO is super fun. A lot of issues. I'm not a huge fan of the last part that came out, but that's.
I really like War in the Underworld Part 2.
I think War in the Underworld is better, but I was not thrilled with the first part.
Yeah, I like War in the Underworld though, because Kirito coming back was just badass, and I love the final opening theme. It's really good. Right here. When I can afford it. Now, when I can afford it, I'll get all Food Wars when I can afford it. I'll get it all. I love Food Wars.
Here's
a lot of it's affordability.
Here's a good example. Yeah. I'm very happy we yo-ho-hoed Gundam Witch of Mercury. I'm really fucking happy we did that.
Yeah.
None of that property will touch my shelves ever.
Yeah.
And if anybody ever thinks to send me a Gundam Witch of Mercury, anything, I will immediately destroy it. It is not allowed in any vicinity around me. I hate it so much.
Just looking stuff up here real quick. Okay. Yeah. You can... Finally, they have it, but it's very hard to get Gundam Seed on Blu-ray, the remasters. It's not easy. It's not easy to get Seed and Seed Destiny on Blu-ray. It's not. For years, it was gone. It is taken.
I want a special box set with
Seed,
Destiny and Seed Freedom.
Yeah, I mean, they have. For years, it was not there. When they remastered Seed a decade ago, and then remastered Destiny a decade ago. Because now I don't have it anymore. I had both of those on DVD. I had them on DVD. But then here comes the Blu-ray remaster. I didn't want my DVD anymore. I wanted the Blu-ray remaster because it's much better. It's nice. It's 16:9. It's cleaner. It's great. He couldn't find it. I could not find it to buy it. And that's my favorite Gundam. And now it's really up there for you as well. After I had you watch it. I mean,
there was a period in time where I really loved Tokyo Ghoul. Season 1 is still fantastic.
But I mean, those are just, and also those are some of the things that are completed or semi-completed in terms of SAO. I'd love to get them, but they're hard to get, not easy, and super fucking expensive. It's also about money. Listen, I've never made it. I've never hidden it. The channel is where the channel is in terms of its growth right now, and it's seen a lot of growth lately. Where I'm starting to actually look like, wow, if we keep this trajectory, I can make actual living money on this channel than what I've been doing. But prior to that, I live on a budget. I can't drop $60, $60 to $100 on anime on Blu-ray packs, because if you don't get them on sale, to get all of Inuyasha remastered would be around $200.
I might have a day job that I can help afford some of my stuff that I do. I still can't justify some of the things that I want to buy.
I have to pay my bills. And just for an example, right now, because of the cold snap this winter has been, my energy bills are through the fucking roof. I'm sorry, but I got to keep the energy on because we have the heating in this place is god awful. And also my shitty area around here, they burn fucking trash for energy. They burn trash. It's ridiculous. So I got to pay bills. Normal people have to pay bills. I don't have extra money to spend on things. I can buy a game here or there because most of the time it's for the channel. It's for work. I'm streaming it. And I'm trying to make something off it, and also I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm playing it to see if other people will like it, that kind of shit too.
And it's tax deductible.
Yeah, when I get around to that. So a lot of these things that we do cost money as hobbies, and we are not wealthy men. I live on a budget. I know exactly what I spend on everything every week, every month. Because I look at it, okay, can I pay rent at the end of the month? because I paid a couple days before the beginning of the month, you know. And can I pay my bills? I know exactly all this stuff. So I don't have money to spend on that stuff. And now, and right now, I'm really not spending money because, you know, I have to increase my own personal debt load because I have to go to Galaxy's Edge in May. Because the channel already paid for that. They already invested their money in it. Even though that money got used to pay serious bills a long time ago, I got to follow through on the promise that the entertainment purchase. Now, of course, you know, we're going to stream that day. I'll see what happens. The channel could be in a completely different place in 4 months, and it could really be lucrative to do it and pay for itself. But you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This collection here, everything behind me, I didn't pay full price for anything. I bought everything when I put on a sale. I waited for prices to drop. The only reason I buy some games at full price now is because, like you said, channel, deductible, this and that. I'm trying to make a living off it in the now, like I will in March when I play Crimson Desert. But everything right there, all of this shit, all on sale, either through brick and mortar or Amazon.
There's very few games that I've bought recently that were not on sale. Mm-hmm. Mainly Pokemon. Mm-hmm. That's practically it. Everything else is on sale because
only game I bought that wasn't on sale right now is Crimson Desert. I pre-ordered Crimson Desert because it's going to be a massive RPG in March, and only some people will be streaming that. Yeah. It's not a mainstream thing. It's not like GTA 6 where the world will stop and everybody will play it. It's an RPG. It's going to be a little niche, and looks like to be a very large game. I was reading up on it with the new news on it today. And I think it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a high adventure, random shit, exploration. It's going to be a lot of fun. But that's it. That's what I've done. And I pre-ordered it months from now. I pre-ordered for 2 months now because I want the pre-order bonuses and that kind of stuff. So, and also I got a physical copy because I want my physical copy. I believe in whenever I can get a physical copy. But we hobbies are expensive. And fortunately for me, in the end, for lack of a better term, I'm a cheap date. I like games. I like movies. And the technology to play the games and movies on. And the technology, it's an investment every few years. It costs a lot of money every few years, but that's an investment. But in the interim, I just like my games. I like my movies. And when you say movies, that includes television, anime, stuff like that. I'm very cheap. I'm not expensive to make happy. So
just flash him your boobs now and then he'll be happy.
Yeah.
Not mine. Hey.
Yeah, to quote Dre, I like the titty meat.
Yeah,
I like the titty meat. But you understand what I'm saying? My hobbies are not expensive, but they still cost money.
Yes.
And when you got to pay heating, well, energy is part of heating. You got to pay your internet bill, which I got lucky this week. They called me up out of the blue, said they're going to drop it $30. They're going to drop it $40 out of the blue. Because you're a good customer, and I did. Also, you know why? Because they didn't take them up on their contract lock-ins for another year. So this is a $40 deduction without contract until next year. Hopefully, I won't be here next year, but still, I'll take it. That's $40 less I got to worry about bills. But I got to pay that. Got to pay phone bill. Got to pay. I got some loans that I'm paying. Some are in deferment still. And I have. If people knew what my actual debt load is for my loans, because I went to graduate school a couple of times on top of my multiple BAs. In reality, I should never be able to pay that off. Yeah, I'd have to be mega wealthy, really having money roll in to even pay that off, or start paying it off where it disappears. Because if everybody knows paid debts, you pay for a certain amount of time, then it gets forgiven. So we're talking Everest sized. You don't want to crush your mind if you knew the debt I have to pay. It's like, Adam, what are you doing? I'm trying to get this so I can pay this shit off. And I'll pay my bills when they come due. I'll pay them.
Hey, some of us, we got to do what we got to do for our hobbies and our interests and just to make it is.
Yeah.
Some of us are going to go back to college.
Yeah. And you know what? You know what I do most time? I delete it when I'm done. I don't keep it. I generally don't keep 90% of what I go through, whether for work or play.
Mm-hmm.
I don't keep anything. That's the defining line. I don't keep it because one, it's not done yet. Why am I going to keep it? Limited hard drive space. I have like I've got one little mini extra hard drive here. That's all I got. That's all I got. I don't really keep a lot of mini hard drives around. But there's people who do it like us who love the hobby and are going to spend money, and then there are people who don't. And I think back to the original point of this part of the conversation, I think that losses are the casuals and the tourists and the fad chasers. Because I guarantee, maybe not this year, but previous years or in the jump, because this was a jump for within a couple of years, right?
This was from 2022 to 2025.
Okay, all right.
We got 3 years.
Riddle me this, Dermy. How many casuals do you think pirated Attack on Titan because it was the fad anime to watch and talk about at its height?
Oh, so fucking many. Oh,
yeah.
Countless amounts.
Yeah. How many of them, let me riddle you this now again. How many of them do you think are hardcore weebs? Or turned into hardcore weebs?
I'm going to say hardcore weebs, probably 25% of them. Because there was a lot of people that just got into it. I know there's some people who sat down their family to watch it and their family got into it and their family aren't weebs.
But did they turn into weebs?
No.
Now, I have been watching anime essentially because it was how it got here with Robotech and Voltron and stuff like that since 1984 and 1985. That's how long I've been watching this stuff. Now, I've had my ups and downs of interest. It's only in the past, I would say, 20 years where I really ratcheted it up because I saw the waning of quality in Western entertainment. And it became, and as the internet grew, became easier for me to, because also got to remember this, a factor to my age group and the piracy and the ease of getting it. I come from the era where there was 3 to only 4 ways you're going to get anime. Randomly find Dragon Ball Z on Sunday morning on a random channel in the 90s. Random. Not even Dragon Ball. They never aired Dragon Ball. They only ever aired Dragon Ball Z up to the beginning of the Namek saga back in the day. Because then the dub just hit until it became popular on Toonami and Funimation bought it and then kept dubbing it through the rest of Namek saga all the way through Boo. So you could read that. You would find some random shit here and there. Or you go to what was known as the Wall and Blockbuster. I watched every single VHS of anime they had on that wall. From Project A-ko all the way down to Gunbuster. And everything in between. I watched everything. If it was anime, I would get it. It was because of that the heroic legend of Arslan became my white whale. One of my white whales. I wanted more, but of course they only had the 2 AVs. And then when the mangaka of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, Fullmetal Alchemist, when she started doing a reboot version, I was so pleased. Couldn't get the manga, but then they animated the first 2 seasons. Then they cut short years ago. I think it's been 8 years, 9 years since they last gave us any of that. And that I was so excited. And one of my biggest white whales of all, early 90s, Saturday morning cartoon. It was Saturday morning. They only aired the first 13 episodes of Akira Toriyama's Dragon Quest, then Dragon Warrior. That was my white whale for 90, 2000, 10s. 30 years, that was a white whale for me. 30 years, Dermy. And you know how I finally finished watching it?
How?
I found a channel. This is how I started my YouTubing. I found a channel on YouTube that was fan subbing it because the Dragon Warrior, Dragon Quest anime was lost to fucking time. Nobody remembered that shit. And they only dubbed the first 13 episodes. And in the end, to prove my point, I hated the ending. 40, 50 odd episodes later, I hated the ending. I loved it right up until the ending.
I miss old YouTube where you could find stuff like that.
This was 2018 where they were the project finished in 2018. When I found it, they were almost done. So I just sat there and when I realized, like, oh shit, I've been waiting for this for 30 fucking years.
Listen,
and I found it.
From 2015 to 2015 to 2018, 2019, you could watch a lot of anime on YouTube without people realizing that it's there.
Yeah. So there's another great point. Technically, that's Piracy, but it was on YouTube right there in front of me because it was lost to time. And these people, they dubbed it, and this is old school Toriyama animation, Dragon Ball, regular Dragon Ball animation. So it looked like Dragon Ball, but it was great. I mean, 90% of the show is great. I just hated the way it ended because Abel should have ended up with Daisy, not the chick he was chasing.
Prior to recently, there was a long stretch of my time where I could not watch G Gundam, and I love G Gundam. Oh, I fucking love G Gundam.
Yeah, I know you do.
I only had two DVDs with G Gundam on it. It was the Guiana Highlands arc, and then part of the Grand Tournament, like the second couple episodes. That was all I had, and I watched them repeatedly over and over again to the point that the DVDs don't work.
Keep going.
Yeah, in 2016, 2017. Found it on YouTube, and I fucking binged the shit out of that.
Okay, right here. Have you ever looked at this one? 12 Kingdoms. You ever heard of this one?
Heard of it, never watched it.
Okay. Really good. I bought these blind from Best Buy one year. And you can see this. They have these now in nice redone Blu-ray. These are covered in dust right here. It's disgusting. I don't dust very well. This is old school pack. I only hold the first one. This is the first volume. This is old school packaging where you pull it out. 45 episodes, and look at the nice, got the nice interior. These are regular DVDs, not Blu-ray. See all these right here. Got a little fold-out map with episode list. Oh, go camera. Episode list of maps right there. This is a fantastic anime. Dub's okay. Sub's really good. Dub's okay. I'm lazy these days. When I watch it, I watch the dub because I'm lazy and I don't want to. I do it. It's on the side, and I'm not really watching it when I do watch it. Here's the problem, though. The light novels it was based off of, they stopped animating it because the central character here, Yoko, the chick with the red hair, she stopped being the central character after a certain point. And this is 90s, 2000s. Thought this is by old school anime works. They don't exist anymore. That was the belief that if a certain character wasn't the main character anymore, people would lose interest. But there was a whole story left untold. And because I bought it blind, I didn't know that. So I get to the end, and there's a whole story not there. They told the first part of the story and the flashbacks and that, or all the stuff about one of the Kieran, the Black Kieran, and his story. But no, it didn't. We didn't get the conclusion because Yoko was only partially involved in that story. And of course, the anime made some changes from the light novel. A character was introduced that was never a part of it in order to further the story. But you understand that happens all the time. Mm-hmm. Point is, though, if I had known that, I might not have bought it. And they'll never finish it. They're never this thing. I mean, what is the date on this here? Oh God, I don't know. Doesn't say. 2002. This is 24 years ago now when this came out, and I think I bought it a little after that. Of course, I bought it after that, but that's a long time ago. They're never going to finish it. This is one of those never going to finish it piles. And now, if I get this, I will get this again on Blu-ray. Just it's on my wish list on Amazon. I want to upgrade to the Blu-ray because these are nice, but they're clunky. I'd like to have a nice, cleaner Blu-ray set. Point is, this was what we had to do back in the day. You either caught something on TV, and this is before Toonami and Adult Swim. You either caught something on TV, maybe. You went to the wall and Blockbuster, or you went to Suncoast Video or Best Buy and bought shit blindly, not knowing if it was good or bad, because there was no resources. And there was the whole, and I didn't know other weebs growing up, so it was just me. There was the whole fan sub VHS trade-off where people would pass the same VHSs around. Ooh. And they get watched by everybody. That kind of shit.
I wish I had that growing up. What I had was Silver and I going into this sounds gay. Silver and I going into the library at our high school, sitting down, and we had our phone, and he knew where the websites were, so he would get on his phone and just start streaming anime.
Yeah. So that you have to understand, those of us who grew up in the day when in the anime scarcity era, before Toonami and Adult Swim in the late 90s started to open the door and make it popular. And even then, there was a time where I had 3 or 4 9-hour VHSs for all of Dragon Ball Z, Namek Saga through Boo. Because I just thought, well, I'm home every time. I get home in time. I get the VHS. I'll push record, and I'll stop at every commercial and start it again. And I watched those to death.
I now have them on Blu-ray.
Yeah, that's the thing. Now it's easy. But back in the day, that's what we had to do.
My first 3, I have the first 3 volumes, which is Saiyan and the 2 Nameks. Yeah. They're all on the singular little things. Then I have 2 box sets for the rest.
Yeah, but you understand what I was. I think you understand. I hope that people watching this are understanding, whether live or later on. So when we come, so those of us come from that era. When we see an easy way to get some to see if it's worth our time, we're going to do it. Whether it's on a stream or through a website, we're going to do it.
Or because you grow up like me, where you didn't have a whole lot. Even though I grew up in like the 2000 to graduated in 2015, still didn't have a whole lot. I live in rural Kansas. You got to deal with what you got to deal with.
I mean, by the time you get to 2001, when Adult Swim started, and you're getting Gundam Wing, but then they say, hey, stick around for the midnight run. We'll have the blood in it. That's when they start showing more. And then suddenly Toonami and Adult Swim are showing all kinds of shit. And they realize, all right, this is good. How do you think I first saw all of Inuyasha? Adult Swim.
I first saw G Gundam via Toonami.
So did I. So did I. I watched. It was after Gundam Wing. They put up G Gundam right after Gundam Wing, and that's before I realized that all the Gundam stories were separate. They weren't united. I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't look like the same story as Gundam Wing. How is this connected? Oh wait, they're all different. Okay. Point is, when you grow up in the anime scarcity era, I'm gonna shrug and go, well, if I'm going to get into this, spend money on it, I'm going to see if it's worth my time. So I'm not going to cry. And I think we've made the case. They're not really crying either. This is more people. These people writing these articles are trying to stir shit up, but nobody's crying because the real customers and the real customers, fan bases are spending the money.
The everyday citizen and people not in like these spheres and stuff. And like even some anime fans, they're going to be like, oh my God, that's a lot of piracy. Oh, we should probably stop this. The reality is that's a really good sign.
It's free publicity.
Really happy that this is happening because it's
free publicity,
and it makes all their competitors shit a brick, especially Hollywood, especially DC, and especially
because it's better.
Yep,
because it's better. Anime, manga, it's better. You know why? Because they're completed stories. They finish. It's not just it's over. Oh, let's just reboot it. Because it's been 10 years. Let's start Superman and Batman all over again. No. When the story's done, it's done. Sometimes you get a sequel series, but it's a sequel series. Time skips, new generations, stuff like that. So that's because when it works and it's solid storytelling. And you know what? It's actually, and I use this word unironically, anime and manga is actually diverse. And when I say diverse, I mean diverse in genres. There are all types of different genres. There's something there for everybody.
We just got done watching a sci-fi heavy science Godzilla.
Yeah.
Okay. We're about to start talking about a goofy pirate show. And also on top of that, just a few weeks ago, me and you finished watching a trash anime. Which neither one of us should have liked because of the concepts alone and some of the things that they're bringing in with like the punk rap and everything like that and that underground style that I don't think either of us really like in real life. But for some fucking reason, we love that shit put together. They did it right. We just went through 3 different things, and that's barely scratching the surface of what they have.
It's nothing.
For fuck's sakes, one of the brand new animes, and I never even thought of this, Exorcism with fucking cell phones and technology and social media.
They come up with crazy ass shit. Why
was that never even thought of prior? I mean, they've done the unfriended Exorcist anime with it.
these days, if I see the tag fantasy, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw it coming out. They've already got Clevitas season 2 coming out next year or later this year. Clevitas season 2 already coming out this year, and I really like that. That was a unique show. Looking forward to that, man. Looking forward to that one. It's always good.
I'm not even gonna lie. That Jack of all trades, Party of None.
Yeah.
There's some similarities to other anime in there.
There's always gonna be similarities.
2 episodes, like some of the concepts, it's very similar to what we've seen before. 2 episodes in, I'm fucking hooked already. I want to keep this shit going.
I mean, right now, going back to in the spring, I was kind of mid on it, but it's grown on me because as it progresses, it actually does more and more interesting stuff. Dr. Stone season 3. Season 3 part 3, whatever it is, whatever we're gonna call it. Especially the end of last season was so great. Another one that you started. Remember the beginning after the end is getting a season 2 in the spring. Season 2 already.
I have one episode left of that, and I was like, I'm pulling off. I'm gonna wait a little bit because I'm gonna feel bad.
Here comes season 2 already this year. And that was and that's isekai, but it's not your standard isekai because it's a dude from another world, just not our world. So
it's dude from another world going to another world, but nowhere even near our world.
Yeah, which I like better, and I think we need to get away from isekai. I think it's really time to move away from that. But those some really recent good ones that are coming in. That's just this spring new stuff, and we go a little farther. I'm going to go to the fall stuff that I know is coming out. Oh, now you haven't watched this one yet. Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation. We're finally at season 3 in that one. Oh, one character's coming back, and she's going to turn their world a little bit upside down.
What I'm looking forward to finally getting animated. Let me get the. This is one that you haven't. Right. You have not seen because I've been reading it.
While you look it up, I just want to throw out there.
I just got it.
I got it. Okay, go.
The Martial King.
I don't know that one.
You will love it. You want to know why? The same person that made Dr. Stone made this because Dr. Stone's anime is done. He went into his another thing, which is the Martial King.
The manga's done.
The manga's done. The Martial King is the same art style and stuff, but instead of science, it is cowboys set in like a dystopian future.
Weird.
And it is really weird. Sci-fi.
There's goodwill though.
Fun.
There's goodwill. I'll check it out. And I mentioned right now, this is technically Big 3 old school, but it hadn't been animated yet. They've got the next part of the Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War coming out in the fall, in the summer. Sorry,
I need to just properly.
I'm waiting till the Blood War is done. Since proper. Have you ever gone all the way through?
No, because I always got bored of some stuff. And then I walk away, and then
you have to stop. You have to do the thing. Don't watch the filler. Don't watch the filler.
I don't know any of the filler because whenever
go to the charts. Go to the filler chart website. The filler is god awful because it mucks with the story too much. But actual Bleach is great. Some people say, "Oh my god, don't watch after Soul Society arc. It's all trash." No, it's awesome. It's awesome. I love Bleach. But here's the problem. So I read 1,000-Year Blood War in the manga 2 times. And I was kind of meh on it because it was rushed because they rushed Kubo Sensei to do that. They rushed him to get it done, and through him, the anime version has been executed with his original vision, with added stuff in it, and it's been really well received. So I'm waiting till it's all done, and then I'll watch it, and I'm looking forward to it.
I do know Bleach has some great music though.
Some incredible opening intro themes, incredible. And
just basic music like that. There's one of the go-to songs that you have all the time.
There's Ichigo. There's Ichigo's Bankai theme. Is gonna.
Well, I'm not even talking about that. Well, you got that, but then there's like the stuff's kind of hitting the stuff's getting tense. You got that like standard theme that you can hear a lot, and it is good music.
Bleach themes, Bleach OSTs are great. And like I said, summer.
It's one of those anime that if you haven't ever gotten into, it looks super fucking intimidating.
And a lot of people shit on it too. Oh, it's shonen slop. No, it's fun. And Orihime has some of the best tits in anime. Orihime is fantastic. And I won that shipping war. That's old school shipping war. I won that. Ichihime. I won that one. Motherfuckers. Yeah. Suck it, Ichiruki fans.
Listen, I know that Bleach has some screwed up things with how they did that. Like some of their distribution, some stuff didn't work out as well, and some choices they made were dumb.
Yeah.
Even I can sit here and say, at least it's not Naruto. That's Shonen slop. That got really
No,
good, and then it
Naruto
fell
got
apart.
Naruto jumped the shark hard. Bleach never jumped the shark. Naruto jumped the shark hard. They just kept pushing it farther and farther and farther. I've rewatched Naruto all the way through. And I mean beginning to literal end, before not counting Boruto crap, 3 times. I've gone all the way that shit 3 times. It doesn't get better on rewatches. It gets worse. It gets worse. The music's still tight though. The music is still tight.
But the only thing that's still good about Naruto is the Ultimate Ninja Storm games. Those games are fucking fun. Oh my God.
But we're looking at these, and this is good stuff, interesting stuff, new stuff, and stuff returning. And I'll go one more. And then of course, this one's been a long time coming. Did you ever see season 1 of Reincarnated as a Sword?
I haven't watched it, but I saw
a few years ago now.
Come by, and I was like,
that one is more fun than you expect.
That was before I even watched like Reincarnated as a Slime, so it was like,
no, two entirely different things.
The idea being reincarnated as something, I was like, maybe, I don't know.
It
now
works.
I kind of want to go.
Reincarnation, it's pure fun. It's really fun. Great character work, and I really am. They've been teasing season 2 for 2 years, so this is a long time coming. And then, just to cap this conversation off, we got a mega announcement this week of something coming back. I DM'd it to you while you were streaming, and you read it later on. They are, and some people love it, some people don't. I'm fine with it because I just love it all, especially when it's in the good stuff.
It's a good arc.
We're getting more Dragon Ball Super. They are going to animate the Moro arc, which I haven't even read it because I once they finished the Tournament of Power, I thought, who's going to wait?
There's a lot of shit that happens after the Tournament of Power.
And after Tournament of Power, I played Xenoverse 1 and started playing Xenoverse 2. So I really got a ton of Dragon Ball fun. And then I kind of burned myself out on Dragon Ball a little bit.
I remember when the Tournament of Power, like, manga was ending. And then I saw what like some of the next stuff was supposed to be. Now this is years ago. This could also be
it's
wrong,
been,
but it's like
what? It's been 9 years since Tournament of Power ended on the anime version.
Oh, 9, at least 9 since anime.
It's been 10, I mean, and
over
of course,
10 for,
and in between
it was
that
2015,
and in between that before he passed away, Toriyama Sensei did Daima, which some people want to be what Dragon Ball to have going forward. I personally had no interest in Daima. I just didn't. I watched enough of it. I know what was going on, clips here and there. Call me a fake Dragon Ball fan, whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. But Daima I was not into Daima. And everybody touching themselves over Toriyama Sensei's version of Super Saiyan 4, which legitimized. Until Toriyama Sensei did it, since Super Saiyan 4 was not canon. Now it is.
And I love it.
Much to my despair, because I'm not a fan of the design. I just never was a fan of the design.
I didn't like the design, but Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta.
I don't mind the existence. I just don't like the design. I just don't like the design of the furry and the tail going back.
I'll fully admit why I love it. It's because I'm a Gogeta fan. Gogeta all the way. Screw Vegito, Gogeta.
Oh, screw Vegeta. Yeah, Gogeta is Gogeta is more powerful than Vegito anyway. More powerful.
My brother was a huge fan of Vegito, and I loved Gogeta.
Point is, and listen,
but Gogeta wasn't canon for the longest time.
Gogeta wasn't canon until Super Broly. So Super Broly when they had him now, because I remember during the Tournament of Power, I kept going Fusion Ha when I'm watching, because I was laid up during when that came out. I was injured and sick, had been sick. I kept going, are they going to Fusion Ha? Because they never did, because it hadn't been canonized yet. But then of course you get Broly and we get Fusion Ha. And it was great. It was great.
Gogeta. Screw Vegito. Gogeta all the way.
Yeah.
Best vest, looks amazing, and I will always die on the hill that Super Saiyan 4 Vegito looks bad fucking ass. He becomes red.
You mean Gogeta? You said Vegeta.
Gogeta. I think I said Gogito. I think I said Gogito. I think I mixed the two.
Point is, now in Super, there is no Super Saiyan 4, even up to the point where we are now in the manga, where you're post superhero and everybody was training. All the Saiyans had a brawl.
I believe, and again, this is what I'm about to say could be total bullshit, but this is what I remember learning is all the universes come back.
Yes.
And at the beginning, Goku gets kidnapped.
I don't know what happens. I have no idea what
I
happens.
believe he gets kidnapped for a little bit because when I say all universes, I mean even the ones that were destroyed previously. So there's some also angel funny business going on.
All I know is that I know some fights, and of course, after this, you still have the Granola arc, which people are complaining about Bardock and that kind of stuff. I barely have understand what's going there. But of course, all I know is at the end of the Granola arc, Black Frieza, who now, granted, Ultra Ego Vegeta and Ultra Instinct Goku were spent at that point. They were gassed, but he one-shotted both of them at the same time. Now imagine
I'm ready for Black Frieza.
Oh yeah. Oh, and now, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. It was established, and we're not talking this One Piece. We're talking Dragon Ball now. But it's established after that, in the chapters after that, and after Superhero, which they animated Superhero, but Superhero takes place after Moro, and Granola arc.
Mm-hmm.
It takes place after, so that's really weird that they did that. Beast Gohan is the strongest fighter on the hero side, on the Dragon Ball Fighter side. He's the strongest. Beast Gohan is strongest. That's only because Broly has still not mastered his version of Super Saiyan yet.
His Super Saiyan.
He hasn't mastered yet. And of course, we haven't seen Fusion Ha of Ultra Ego and Ultra Instinct.
Or Earring, whatever the fuck it was.
Well, we're not going to get earrings anymore. We're going to get Fusion.
And let's go Fusion Ha all the way.
Fusion Ha. But I mean, there's going to be and that's going to be weird because Ultra Ego, Vegeta has to take damage to get powered up with Ultra Ego, where Goku doesn't want to take damage while he's in Ultra Instinct. It's about Ultra Instinct, about dodging, and of course, Instinct is more close to an angel, and Ego is more close to a god of destruction. So either way, so. Now
I'm just looking forward towards Black Frieza because Frieza's he's always going to be my favorite character.
Angry motherfucker.
Racist, angry motherfucker. I think he's better than Cell in every way.
Of course he's better than Cell. Of course he's better than Cell. Now, point is this, though. Going forward, of course, R.I.P. Toriyama Sensei, one of the GOATs ever. He left instructions. And I think it was Toriyama is the name of the current artist. I forget his name exactly. I hope he gives it the T. Or I forget the guy who essentially Toriyama Sensei, not Toriyama.
I know who you're talking about.
I forget his name. It's either because it's a T or a Y. I don't remember. But he's the guy who's been basically doing it on his own. Because he created a lot of the stuff we see in Super with Toriyama Sensei's approval. So if Toriyama Sensei left all the notes, and this keeps going, I think we'll get to a legitimate end of Dragon Ball. That hopefully is not the end of Dragon Ball Z, because fuck that ending. I hate that ending. Hi, Goku, I'm going to abandon everybody and go train Oob. Bye. I hate that. Always did. Always hated that ending.
And then GT happened. And,
no, it didn't, because Toriyama Sensei was not involved with it at all. That's why GT's not canon.
But he became one with Shenron.
Which is even gayer.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
I hate GT. I hate GT with a passion.
There's some good parts of GT, but there's some really.
They turned Trunks into a schmuck.
Yeah,
and they fuck up with Vegeta's hair. Saiyan's, you know the canon of Saiyan hair. At a certain point, it doesn't grow anymore. That's it. And Vegeta had a haircut.
The weirdest thing though was. Listen, I like it up to Baby.
Baby's trash.
I like Baby Vegeta. That's pretty much it. After that, it's pretty much no. Super 13. Is it Super 13? No, it's
Super 17. No, I'm sorry. No, 17 is a movie. No, was that the movie?
No, Super 13 was the movie. Super 17 was GT, where they had the two 17s that needed to merge to make Super 17.
Yeah.
Which is not a good design.
And Pan is just so annoying. Pan is annoying. She never even goes Super Saiyan. She never even goes Super Saiyan.
The Omega Shenron is pretty badass.
Yeah, but I hate the breaking up of the balls into evil. All right. Enough of that.
Okay, we need to talk
All right.
There's
We
only
don't
2
have much.
chapters.
Yeah, only 2 chapters. And one of them is the conclusion to the past 5 months of backstory.
Yeah.
Which started with Loki and ended up on God Valley.
Yeah.
We learned the fate of Harold. We learned last month that Emu had taken control of him due to the Holy Night Pact. And he said, go turn your people into a war machine. Harold fought it off best he could. Had himself chained to his throne, but that didn't work. Starts killing people.
Yeah. And it takes, you have Loki, you have Harden,
Elder Jarl.
not Hard, Elder Jarl. Why did I call him Harden? Elder Jarl, Shanks with 2 arms, by the way.
Yeah, this is
and
2 arms, but has the scars. So
younger. What's his name?
Younger. Rayleigh's opposite.
Why am I blanking on his name?
I don't remember. I haven't seen his name enough times to remember it yet, so don't worry.
Scopper Gabon.
Okay. Yeah. Gavin. I say Gavin. Yeah, Gavin. Yeah.
Younger, as in like he's still old, but he's gray with black now.
Yeah,
he's black with gray hair.
He's still the left hand of the Pirate King.
Yes, and they are all going up against.
Well, here's the problem.
Emu controlled Jarl.
Emu controlled Harold.
Harold.
Harold has ultra regeneration. That's why they can't stop him. It's not that they can't beat him. They beat him down, and he's regenerating too rapidly.
But also, he is
he's stronger. But together, they could have. If he didn't have the regeneration, they could have stopped him. But his regeneration plus his strength, he's too much.
We do see how Jarl gets the sword in the head because of Harold.
Yeah, and it's and basically in a moment of clarity, Harold says to Loki, "Go get our nation's treasure. Go get the devil fruit in the chest." And we learn the only reason anybody's ever eaten is because another devil fruit hammer that's a living weapon, because something must have the hammer, like we know the elephant was the sword. These things, we know this happens.
It's been a while since we've seen one like this, but it happens.
So essentially it's like a little chipmunk or something is the hammer.
They think it's a squirrel because a lot of this is going to Yggdrasil being the Norse mythology. So there's a squirrel on Yggdrasil.
You're right. Yeah. So it's probably squirrel. So point is, it's a hammer and it's a fucking powerful hammer and nobody can get by it. But Loki is strong enough in base form to beat the shit out of it and basically beat in submission. And then it becomes his hammer.
Yep.
And then Loki still eats what is an unknown devil fruit.
We know that it is a Zoan type. That is it.
We know it is strong enough that between him and having the hammer, he defeats Harold.
Very viciously.
Blows the top half of his body off.
Which we still don't know how to properly beat somebody with a mark, but we do know it is possible to beat them.
You just have to do so much damage they can't regenerate.
Yes.
And now Harold wanted them to tell the truth of what happened. That Loki will now be king and that he needs to lead and tell the truth. But Loki says, nope, let's just put it all on my shoulders. I'm evil. The people can't handle it.
Because he doesn't want to ruin his father's legacy. Because he does love his father legitimately, which is a great scene where he's like, before Harold dies, he says, I love you. And you also get to see Loki's like final moments, like his happiest moment, which was with his father, who's only ever seen love for him.
Yeah.
Which is a good scene.
It's great. More father-son stuff, which Oda knows how to do very well at this point. And then we get a shot of Emu saying, well, fucked up with that because guess what? Why don't you say it? We learn another secret of Elbath.
Elbath is D, but the other part that we learned prior to that is actually that the Covenants, they take a chunk out of Emu's power. So we don't know how that works yet. If him doing the Covenants hurts him, utilizing the Covenants, does that hurt him, or does it hurt when like the Covenants die and this is a Horcrux kind of a thing,
or does he get the power back? We don't know yet.
So there's questions on.
We don't know,
but
Emu's full power scale.
Elbath being D,
a realm of D. It's a realm. It's not the origin of D, but it's part of D. It's part
That
of
means
me.
that this entire area does not flow with the
Resonate.
gods. It doesn't resonate with them, and it wants to destroy. It is an enemy.
It's just the natural enemy of what's going on. The ancient kingdom.
Mhm.
And then next chapter, we're back in the present.
And there's not a whole lot that happens because that was the
It's
chapter that
Harold and
happened-
Loki
Harden
becoming
and Loki.
Harajin and Loki. Sorry, H. You know, it's Harajin and Loki finally, literally burying the hatchet and realizing Loki's been lying to protect the honor of their father, and Harajin just didn't know how much love Loki had for their family, and now he knows, and they're ready to work together, and everybody's ready to go because now this is right there are all the strongest fighters on the island right there.
Yeah, and it's time to get into game. Almost everybody is heading up, but before they head up, there's a nightmare creature. Because again, there's a battle going on like right above them. Again, this is like 5 months ago.
It's like the fallout from up there is leaking down a little bit.
Emu's up there doing some shit, by the way.
Possessing Brooke's daughter. I still say that's Brooke's daughter.
I think you're right. There's the guy that is doing nightmare creatures and shit, and one of them just fell down to where they are.
They got the thorns on the kids.
Yeah.
And the rest
and
of
that nightmare creature is huge, but
Yeah.
Loki stands up, goes like, I'll fly up there, but before he does, he takes the hammer, which is Mjolnir.
Ice. It's ice.
Freezes it with his hammer, because his hammer we've seen lightning powers from his hammer, now ice powers, and every time he does name it, I don't remember the name, the particular attack name that he did, but it is a reference to the ice realm with connected.
Niflheim.
Yes, Niflheim. He uses Niflheim as the attack, freezes the dude.
Yeah. So I mean, was it Niflheim or Helheim? I forget which one. It was either Niflheim or Helheim. Might have been Helheim.
I think
might have been Helheim.
He might have yelled Helheim, but Helheim's supposed to be fire. So I think he did Niflheim.
Okay, yeah.
And freezes this giant nightmare creature solid with one shot.
Yeah. Loki's, and everybody down there, with the exception of Sanji, now we've heard enough times through all these months, you can coat yourself, you can coat your weapons in you have to be, the only way to fight we learned it from Shanks and Galon, the only way to fight a Holy Knight is with Conqueror's Haki. That's the only thing that damages them. Problem is, Luffy, Zoro, Gabon, although he's injured, he's out of he can't fight right now, he's still hurt, and Loki are the only ones with Conqueror's Haki down there.
Sanji might have a way, but we still don't know, because that was still a fucking secret from months back where Loki gets told something, we don't know what it is. Not Loki, Sanji.
So I mean, the heavy hitters are going to go up there with the demon possessed giants up there as well. I mean, all hell's breaking loose up there, because now I saw a meme, and I've been saving this for this conversation. There was a meme put out there criticizing how weak the rest of the Straw Hats are in comparison to the Monster Trio and Jinbei, because Jinbei doesn't have Conqueror's Haki, but Jinbei has his own set of skills where he was a Shichibukai.
Jinbei knows some shit that we still don't know. There's a lot of fucking story left that we still don't know.
So, but how weak the rest of the Straw Hats are. I mean, Robin could be strong, but Robin doesn't know Haki. From what, at least she hasn't. If she knew Haki, she would have.
If she knew Haki, she would be broken.
Yeah. So Robin doesn't know Haki, and that means nobody up there, with the exception of Jinbei, knows Haki. Because Brooke doesn't know Haki. Usopp is shown to know observation Haki, but he hasn't trained in it, and observation Haki wouldn't be useful right now. What they're doing.
Usopp is nowhere near. Last time Usopp was truly capable, as much as I like the character, it was Fishman Island. He helped out at Dressrosa, but
by accident, and that's where his character backtracked a lot because he wanted to run away. He only scared what's her name? Berry eating chick. I just forgot her name. Too many names.
I think it is Barry.
No, it's something else. Well,
it's something childlike. I remember that.
I think it has
sugar.
Sugar. Yeah, Sugar. There's. Thank you. Sugar. He only beat Sugar by accident.
Mhm.
He was ready to run away and say "fuck everybody else." So that was a major
Well, he didn't.
backstroking.
He didn't beat her again.
Yeah, but I mean
He
that's the
beat her
only.
twice. So
Yeah, but both by accident. I mean, Usopp's character development suffered hard in Dressrosa and has not recovered since. His character development has been stunted for a long time.
there is a theory that Loki ain't gonna make it, and that the hammer's gonna go to
Boo.
Usopp.
I'm not.
I'm not a fan.
Where
of
is
that.
the evidence for that? No, I'm sorry. We just got all that Loki backstory.
The idea is
No.
that Usopp
No.
is supposed to become a warrior of the sea, and the hammer will
No.
accept him. And it's like,
No.
I can't accept
There's
that.
no-
Would
no.
I like him to
Not-
get the hammer? Probably, but
Dude,
I can't accept that.
Dude, we just got such major backstory for Loki. There's no way he's dying. He's not dying. Loki's not dying. I don't see Loki dying.
I'm gonna say he doesn't die yet.
He doesn't die at this battle, that's for sure.
Not this battle.
No.
And the only reason I don't think he's gonna die at this battle is I don't know where Blackbeard is, and I highly doubt Blackbeard's going to Elbaf.
It's too late for Blackbeard to get to Elbaf. That's no thing.
Yeah.
So
I think
that's all we got right now. Because now when this week's chapter kicks off, the battle resumes. We're gonna get our favorite One Piece trick. The battle map will appear, and we'll know where everybody is.
I'm sitting here thinking, man, when was the last time we were doing this? I think it was nearly a year ago.
Yeah, Elbaf's been going for a while now.
Well, no, I mean, when was the last time we left off of the fight? I think it was a year ago. I think that's where we left off.
It's been a while. I don't know of a year, but it's been a while. We've been in backstory land for a long time. Oda us. He Oda us. Yeah.
The reason why I think it could have been a year is because I remember some of the parts before I started actually like reading the manga because I needed something. It was cold and there was snow on the ground.
Here's the problem. I had such a backlog of chapters. I have no idea when anything started, when I started. Because I had started Elbaf. I had left off right as it started Elbaf. I had said, you know what? I just finished reading. When I say reading Wano, that means I stopped when Wano ended. We got to Egghead. And we went through Egghead. I had just finished Egghead. I'm sorry, reading Egghead. And I said, okay, they're heading to Elbaf. I'm going to let it sit for a while. I didn't touch the manga again until when we started the segment on the show a few months ago. That's how long I took a break. And that was when Elbaf started. Whenever, and here we are. Now these mega fights are beginning.
I'm so fucking here for it because I'm ready to see Loki's fucking devil fruit is because I think it's already been kind of revealed to us if you know Norse mythology.
You think it's Jormungandr?
I think it's Nidhogg.
If it's Nidhogg,
because Nidhogg is
you think I know Nidhogg eats the roots of Yggdrasil, and that's why he's immortal.
Yes, he eats the roots. He's immortal. It's a dragon-like creature, and it can fly. And the quote we know that it's some sort of creature, very vicious. And when he said fly, it's like there's a lot of connections here. I think it's Nidhogg, not Jormungandr.
There are 3 Norse dragons. There's Fafnir, there's Yorgi, and there's Nidhogg. And they all have their different mythological origins. I guess because there hasn't been a lot of Thor references, I guess Yorgi would be, and it's more of a serpent than a dragon.
I think the hammer is called Mjolnir.
Did it call him Mjolnir? I don't remember what it was called.
I think it's Mjolnir. I don't remember.
Point is, there's a good chance it's Nidhogg if it is an ancient Zoan type. Either way,
well, it'll be mythical.
Mythical, that would work too. There we go. Point is, we're about to get into some serious fights. I want to see. Of course, I want to see Luffy. I want to see Luffy.
Ragnar.
Okay.
So it is a little bit of Milnir mixed with
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. Yeah.
All right, so I want to see how our heroes do against what's going on up there, because everybody's pretty rested. Luffy's at full strength right now. He hasn't taken a beating for a while. He just ate some meat, so he's good. He just had some meat. Zoro's fine. Zoro's not injured at all.
I want to pass a question off to you.
Okay, well,
how do you feel post Gear 5? I almost said Gen 5. Gear 5. With the theory that the story no longer solely centers around Luffy, and now every arc is going to be centered around somebody else at a much clearer rate. Where Luffy's like the final, hey, I'm going to come in, I'm going to do the thing and help you out.
Egghead was about Bonnie.
Mm-hmm.
Elbaf's been about Loki. Now it's about Loki. It was about Robin, and now it's about Loki. Well, I can see where the theory kind of taps into that, but that's only because we don't have the full story on Nika yet.
I guess that's true. I was listening to a video talking about how he was like tackling this Reddit commenter. Good video, really good video. I would probably suggest it to you just so that you can get your view on it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like it where Luffy's now the liberator, and he's not the one that you're actually kind of centering on what he's going to be doing. It's somebody else that's doing it, and then he's going to come in and like help you get to that.
Here's the difference right now. Look at Wano was Kaido and Big Mom, two very center antagonists. Egghead, ever since Egghead now, we're dealing with group antagonists. The elders showed up. And I don't count Rob Lucci, because I don't care if he awakened. He was not really a contest for Luffy. Zoro was able to handle Rob Lucci now.
Mm-hmm.
Some say Zoro's stronger than Luffy. I don't buy that shit. There's a Campbell that says Zoro is stronger than Luffy. And I don't buy that.
I think he might be a little under.
I mean, Zoro's strong, but
the reason why he would be under, because I think Sanji, Luffy, and Zoro should be on equal footing, more or less. In strength.
Zoro and Sanji should be on equal footing as the right and left hand of the Pirate King.
Yes, but they should be at relatively similar power as well as the king. The thing that would really set Zoro back right now is similar to Sanji, where Sanji doesn't have Conqueror's Haki at all. Zoro can't control his at all.
Yeah. And I still believe, it's a theory I've had ever since the time skip, over a decade ago now. Wow. I still believe Zoro's eye is closed for a reason.
I kind of do agree.
I've had that theory for over a decade, that his eye is holding a power that's storing up.
Eye has the same power as whatever Hawkeye's is.
Maybe he has Hawkeye. I just a theory. I have no evidence whatsoever. It's just you know what it is. It's old school anime thinking.
There's a lot of people that have that theory that there's something there,
because it doesn't make sense for him to have a blind side like that. It doesn't make sense, and I don't think that he would have been hurt like that, because the scar goes all the way down, but you see no stitching. It's just the line. And we've seen plenty of guys in anime, especially in this show, that have a scar that goes through the eye, but the eye is just fine. I've always believed that time skip Zoro has his eye closed for a reason. And opening it up is, it means he is really at his end. Okay, you've pushed me this far. No one. I mean, let's be honest. Look at even when he fought King on Wano, no one's really pushed Zoro to his limit yet in the time skip.
Wano was the last time
King got close. He got close, but Zoro was still never on his heels against King. He was never on his heels. Not really.
Wano ends up having them basically like establish what path their final paths are going to be, where you have gods and stuff like that. And now his goal is to become King of Hell. and name only, not really, but that's his whole thing is to become king of hell.
Onigiri.
Yep, with Onigiri. So there could in the theory that he has had something under his eye, that is a prevalent one that I also subscribe to, because we're dealing with pirates. A lot of people just wear eye patches.
Yeah.
If they're missing an eye, why don't you just throw like an eye patch on? It would probably also make him look cooler.
Yeah.
Or do something.
No,
now,
that thing has been closed for all this time because it's holding a power, or he's storing up a power, or it's hiding a transformation, or it will trigger a transformation.
And I kind of like the idea that because he was training with Hawkeye, Hawkeye's eyes are a special type.
We still don't even know what Hawkeye's eyes are.
Even if they are special, but if they are special, what's the idea that he doesn't have the same technique?
We still have to get Mihawk's origin too.
Yes,
we got Shanks. We just got Shanks' origin,
and we don't even have all of Shanks' origin.
Yeah, we don't know why. We just learned that he has a pact with Emu and that he fights it every day. And we still don't know what happened.
Saw that his actual father is a jackass, but it was actually kind of decent to him, which is weird.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't ever want to hear Oda doesn't write characters well. I never want to hear that again. I don't. We have so much depth on all these characters. He's juggling all these characters, and they're all interesting. There's nobody who's not interesting. So
Luffy's still fucking interesting, and he's just super simple.
Well, yeah, Luffy's just where is he going to go next? That's Luffy's story. And of course, Luffy's story, to go back to your original question about that, Luffy's story still has two elements that need to be told. One, Nika. We need the full story on Nika. Two, we will also not know Luffy's full story until we know the Will of D and why it comes up. So there's still two elements to Luffy's story that need to be told.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, and at the moment these aren't Luffy's story, because there's not, every time Luffy is at the center stage, it's because he has a beef with the center antagonist in an arc. He hasn't even met Emu yet.
And he doesn't really have a beef. He hasn't had a beef with somebody for a little while.
Beef, not since Kaido. I mean, when he fought the elders, that was just reaction to the situation. That was reaction. Or when he ran into Lucha, it's like, oh, hey, I remember you. I kicked your ass once already. Let's go again. But now Luffy gets a beef when he either gets insulted or somebody he cares about gets insulted, or when he just witnesses something that pisses him off. And that hasn't happened yet. Now, when he goes up there and sees what's happening to the crew and the kids, Luffy's going to get serious when he gets up there. He's been pretty loosey-goosey right now. He's going to get serious. And you know what? I'm going to say this. I don't think I've ever had the thought until just now. I think there still might be a Gear 6.
Only reason I know I'm pulling the anime off for this, and I can't do the anime. I have to use the manga. I think it was when Gear 5th was first being animated and shown off, there was a quick flash of something else there.
I wouldn't know. I still haven't watched animated Wano, so I don't know.
So there's this real quick shot of like a black version, like trying to play onto the whole destruction creation kind of thing. That was even before the idea of destruction was there. I do think that there's going to be an evil version of Nika.
Not so much evil version. I just think Luffy's going to need one more power scale upgrade to take on Emu, or whatever faces at the end of the Grand Line.
I wonder if there's an angry/evil/angry version of Gear 5th that we haven't seen, which he can't control, but
those aren't. That's not the next level. That's just an out of control level.
But I wonder if that would be like a
yin and yang.
You're
talking about a yin and yang here.
A yin and yang element.
Yeah, something that is the opposite of the Drums of Liberation.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never even thought about it until this discussion. I still think there's a Gear 6. Something tells me there's a Gear 6. It's just an instinct.
We know for sure that between there's at least two potential final bosses, Emu, Blackbeard. He still has a fucking fight ahead of him.
Blackbeard, and you know why? You know why I think also, as we talk about this, because I think that Nika wasn't powerful enough to stop Emu back in the day.
Here's the other thing you have to realize. Blackbeard's devil fruit allows him to nullify other devil fruits.
But
you have a lot of shit ahead of you.
Remember, Luffy's power is no longer classified as a devil fruit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
But
he's still a hammer.
Yeah, he's still a hammer. The reason why I'm bringing that part up too is we got a long road ahead of us. We still don't even know who the final villain might be and what they might be capable of. We don't even know who the man marked by flames is.
There was a dude during. I mean, I think if you were talking about when we got the flashbacks of Fisher Tiger,
mm-hmm.
There was a dude in the shadow there gesturing him. We don't know who that is. We don't know. There's still so many questions, and this is the final arc, which is going to go well until the 2030s. Oda Sensei, please take care of yourself.
Oda said that they're going to meet that island next, which is probably not going to be Laugh Tale.
No, it's not Laugh Tale.
Going to be
we're not there yet.
The original final island.
I don't know. I don't remember that.
I can't. That was all the way back during Crocus when he said that island you have to see first.
I don't remember that. I even rewatched. It's been a couple years since I last rewatched that. But so I mean, there's until we get to Laugh-Tale, Raft-Tale. I liked it better when they called it Raft-Tale than Laugh-Tale. I liked it better.
I like Raft-Tale better.
Yeah, but I think Laugh-Tale kind of makes sense because of Nika now. So maybe it is Laugh-Tale.
It is Laugh-Tale, but I like Raft-Tale.
I liked it Raft-Tale better.
It's Laugh-Tale, but from an Asian accent. Raft-Tale.
Yeah. Anyway, so we've still got now. I still think the final battle happens on Laugh-Tale.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we go back to Merigios. I think
Merijois.
I always say I don't know what's that. Merijois. I don't think we end up back at Merijois. I think everything happens at Laugh-Tale at the One Piece, whatever the One Piece is.
I agree because I think whatever the One Piece is, I think Blackbeard's going to get it first.
Really?
Yeah.
But he doesn't he doesn't have all the poneglyphs though.
We don't know how the story.
Robin's the only one.
But he has at least 2 or 3.
There's only 4. The final 4.
Yeah, but he has at least 2 of them.
Yeah, but so does Robin.
Yeah, well, Luffy has 3 of them, but I believe Blackbeard has 2.
He might have 2, but Luffy has more.
Yes.
And there's one on. Is there one on Elbaf?
We don't know if there's one on Elbaf. The last one is with the man marked by flames. The reason why a lot of this is I'm bringing this up is it's simple narrative, just a really simple narrative. It's always darkest before the dawn.
Maybe
Luffy's supposed to be the dawn of liberation. That is the dawn of the new world, the one that brings that all. And Blackbeard's whole thing is being the darkness, the dark element.
I think everybody gets there at the same time.
I do think technically Blackbeard will become king prior.
I don't agree.
I don't think it's going to be a long.
No. I don't think I don't think he becomes king. I think I mean, he's going to get there, but so is Luffy. And Shanks doesn't need the poneglyphs because he's been there.
No,
Shanks knows the way.
I think Shanks stayed behind to be with.
They said many times, Shanks, why haven't you gone there yet? You know the way. It's already been said. Shanks knows the way.
Oh, you're right. I thought he stayed behind.
He has been derided in the past by other characters saying, "You could have gone to Laugh-Tale any time. Why haven't you gone?" And he goes,
because he was waiting for the right person. His job was to help guide the right person.
Yeah. So Shanks knows the way though, and Shanks is in serious mode right now. With everything going on, he's in no fuck around mode at this point. And
we still need to know where fucking Kid and Law are.
Yeah, they got aced by Shanks.
Well, Kid got aced by Shanks. Law got aced by Blackbeard.
And at the same time, we cannot forget, because we already mentioned, we cannot forget that Buggy doesn't count because he's really a front for Crocodile and Mihawk.
Mm-hmm.
Mihawk and Crocodile are making moves too.
I also legitimately think the Warlords of the Sea are going to return via Cross Guild.
That would mean
not the Warlords.
Warlords. Not the Shichibukai, but Yeah, but no, because Hancock won't go against Luffy.
That's the
And
only
and
questionable one, but you have
and Jinbei's already a Straw Hat.
I could see almost all of them returning to Cross Guild.
Now Moria maybe because
Moria definitely would.
Once Perona finds him
Mhm.
and brings him back, he'll maybe want revenge.
I could see Moria joining Cross
And
Guild.
you can't. And nobody wants Doflamingo out of. Everybody wants him in prison where he is.
Doflamingo's gonna get freed.
Oh,
I legitimately think he's gonna get freed.
Oh, we don't need that psycho back in this. We already dealt with him.
Well, it's also part of his story arc. Him now potentially becoming a good guy, or as good of a guy as he could be.
Doflamingo is an evil son of a bitch.
Yes.
And
but he's also
he didn't get turned evil. He chose
evil. He was born evil. But one of the things is like whoever Luffy encounters, he changes, and we have not properly.
Yeah, but last time we saw Doflamingo, he was cackling like a madman.
Yes, but we also need to see like what's his change from.
I don't think Doflamingo changes.
I think Dofi's coming back, especially because you have the Seraphim. Have the Seraphim go up against the original Shichibukai.
That would mean that. They all. Yeah, but that would mean Kuma has to be survived, and Kuma's still broken.
He's being worked on Melbaf right now,
but he's still broken. And there always was a rumor that that his fruit was going to go to Vivi. I heard a theory that his fruit was going to go to Vivi as she returns, because Vivi's making a beeline for the crew again.
I don't think she'll get a fruit because she's going to be taking up the role of Lily from back in the day. But we need to have. I want the Shichibukai versus the Seraphim, the superior versions of them versus the originals. Let's go, because then you could get some actual like. That's where Dofi has to be the better. He's
gonna. It's not being a bad good guy. It's doing it because fuck you. I'm the original. He's
fuck
not doing
the original. And when you say good guy, realize we're talking more like maybe similar to Crocodile.
I'm not here.
Crocodile ain't a good guy.
I'm not here to kill you at the moment.
Yes. I'm not gonna kill you now.
Remember, Crocodile took place at Marine Ford because he wanted to take a shot at Whitebeard. That's the only reason he was there.
But you have a lot of those like little things that you can see some of the narrative that's being built and what is gonna potentially happen.
I hadn't actually seen that, but that's an interesting take that Cross Guild is the return of the Shichibukai. Problem is, Boa Hancock wouldn't join them though. She wouldn't do that. She hated all those guys.
Yes. But there would probably be a nice lineup of the original Shichibukai versus.
She'll be there to support Luffy and get roped into that fight.
Yes, I could agree with that. Watch them both lust over Luffy. Have a battle of lust for Luffy.
Did you? I kept saving this meme and I always kept forgetting. Did you ever see? There's not a meme. It's a video of a cosplay at a con of a Boa Hancock and a Luffy, and they're walking down the street and she's just pulling him along. And at one point they stop and she just puts her long leg up so that he can't get away while she stops to look at her phone or something. And he's just trapped by her
I have not seen that one. The one that I've always seen is when she does find like a girl dressed up as Hancock, finding a random dude doing the pose of kneel before me.
Yeah, but this was a fun one because it's a Boa Hancock and a Luffy cosplay. And this is funny. And he's just being dragged along by her and she won't let him get away.
That does sound fun.
It was, but I kept saving it and I never got around to showing it. I don't have it bookmarked anymore. Maybe you know what? No, God. I think I'm going to get the $3 check mark next month just so I can have my bookmark, just so I can have bookmark folders.
Oh, you need them. And I need to go through all my
I hated it.
Do so many bookmarks.
Usually I delete my bookmarks when I'm done with them so I don't get cluttered. Because right before the change for the premium, they used to let me clean up my bookmarks. Now you can't do that unless you're got the check mark.
You know, I was starting to do that. Once I'm done, I'm gonna unbookmark it. And now I'm having areas where it's like I fucking wish I had this bookmark still. I'm also getting to points where it's like I need to start screenshotting shit more and more because people are deleting shit a lot.
A lot of my stuff was usually in the moment, so I don't need it for after the news is over. So I usually delete them. And of course, whenever I bring a transition on for Ball Busters, when I'm done with that, I delete it because it's a one shot. We don't really need it to get after that. Excuse me.
I think we're pretty much done.
We're done.
For the night.
We've been 3 hours.
I can save the Gundam thing for tomorrow because it just
we went longer than usual because that first segment we were just
talking anime.
All right, it's time to play the game. Are you ready?
The game. Let's go.
Right, we got 3. The theme is newer anime. So these are all kind of newer anime. Some I think you know about. I don't think you've seen any of these. I don't. Or at least as it were. Okay. 1. Last year, really popular, fantasy-based, Magic. Okay. Got really popular. I watched it. I've seen all these, by the way. So they're all I can guarantee they're fun. Second one. Something we've already covered. But we have to go back and cover a previous season before we can get to newer stuff. Something we've already done a season 1 on. We have to go back and we still need to get to a season 2 before we get to the later seasons.
I have a question for that one.
Question, answer. Ask question.
Fantasy?
Supernatural.
Oh.
Supernatural. At least that's how I would classify it. A little more supernatural. Not quite fantasy. So I know that was I know where you're trying to go with that one. Now, I just forgot what's my third one. Shit. Okay, yeah, okay. Third one. Isekai. Reborn into the world, not just dropped in the border, reborn into the world. And very popular. A lot of fun. Very emotionally deep, though. A lot of emotion tied into it. And that one. So we've got 2 fantasy based, 1 supernatural based. I think you'll enjoy all 3 of them. Well, 2 of them I know you haven't seen. 1 of them I know you actually have seen. But 2 of them I think you'll enjoy 2 of the newer ones. But everything is either currently going or has been running for a while. So what do you got?
I'm trying to think what the supernatural based one is, but I think I know what the supernatural based one is, but all 3 of them sound interesting because I'm trying to remember.
It's going to be a good time either way.
Very popular Magic. It's
all 3 of these are very popular. They have been lauded. They're all good. I've enjoyed all of them.
But that Isekai one with a lot of emotion also sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'd give it away if I said any more because there are things I could say would give it away, but I won't.
I'm gonna go with the Isekai. I think I know what it is, but I'm gonna go with the Isekai one.
Jobless Reincarnation season 1.
Ooh, I have watched it. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Hate it. It's good. It's good.
I was about to say
season 1 part 1. Season 1 part 1.
I was sitting here going like, he says I haven't seen this. Part of me was like, it's gonna be reborn in another world or life after the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was gonna be.
I made sure to choose things you haven't seen so that you have something new to enjoy.
Now I'm fucking curious what the other 2 were.
Well, too bad because they get put back into this holster for another time.
God damn it.
Well, yeah. Well, listen, you do that to me too. You can't spoil what it is, so you can try and get me with
figure out which ones I'm picking.
That's because I know the couple you try to get me to watch.
Well, there's a handful that I've tried a lot.
Anyway, no, the other 2 go back in the pocket for another time because they're also good stuff. Yeah, so we'll be watching Jobless Reincarnation season 1 part 1 because the part 2 you got that's all 24. We only want to go 12 episodes. I don't want to go too much, but it's good stuff. It's a lot of fun. Season 1's a little slow in terms of the story movement, but great character stuff. A lot of fun stuff. I think you're going to enjoy it. Fantastic animation, and there are titties. Not out there, but a lot of boobas. A lot of boobas. Good boobas. Okay.
Mushi Tensei Jobless Reincarnation.
Yeah, Mushoku Tensei. Yeah, everybody just calls it Jobless Reincarnation. It's good. I like it. Everybody loved it. And as I said earlier, season 3, part 1 starts this summer. And oh boy, I can't wait. All right. There you have it, folks. We are done for tonight. It's a long one. We hope you guys enjoyed it. You can show your love with likes and subscriptions and comments. We'll see you next month. And we'll see you tomorrow on Ballbusters if you're watching in the real time.
That's right.
And that's it. Jeremy, got anything else you want to say?
Tune in for Ballbusters. I have a lot of shit I got to talk about also on a charity, but Ballbusters tomorrow night. And yeah.
And if you're watching real time, Jeremy will be guesting on Where No Man Wants to Go reviews this Saturday. He's going to hate me. Anyway, good night, everybody. Take it easy.